Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Mario Championship, where we are kicking off our 2023 September Speed Silver bracket. And I am joined here in hosting duties by OoktheLibrarian. Ook, you must be
Ooh,
excited.
can't you tell? It's just exuding out of my voice. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, it's gonna be a great tournament. We were talking beforehand. I'm pretty sure this is the largest silver
Mhm.
bracket we have ever had. And yeah, it's just great to be here for this.
Yeah, this is so exciting. And we have such great competition. We have some people that are normally people that we see in gold brackets. For example, Ook and Dave Smith. And we have some people who've been around a long time who are poised to do well in these brackets, like Ramsey. We're excited about Fwubs. And of course, we've got some new players who are going to appear on the screen in just a few. But yeah, this is going to be really fun, folks.
Yes, indeed. And it's gotten so big that we're actually having to run four players at once. This first matchup that we've got is going to be a double matchup. Both first round matches are going to be here. We're going to have EvryTimeWeSlay versus Sowden and Ramsey versus Donatello. Now, the two players on your right are brand new first time pharmacists. So, welcome to them. Yeah, I came up with that one not that long ago. I was like, yay.
Very nice. Very nice.
And so they are not going to be competing against each other. This is a format we've done on SNES matches before. Basically, the top two players that you see are playing against each other, and the bottom two players you see are playing against each other. The winner of the top match will be playing some rando in the one seed, and the winner of the bottom match will be playing Fwubs, who is making a glorious return.
Our 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds all have buys to the second round. And so, of course, that's Ook and Fwubs, but also DaveSmithSays and Nesdonk. So you're going to hear us trying to navigate the chaos that is two boards at the same time, and then we'll slow it down a little bit for round 2.
Absolutely. So I think we are ready for readies from all four of our players. Once we get that, then we will be ready to knock this one out. So hopefully we prepared everybody well enough, and we'll get that here in just a moment.
Mm-hmm. All
All
right, we've got
right,
a
there's the first
ready
shot.
from Every Time We Slay and Pie Productions 1.
That's Sowden.
Hey, there we go. We're not going to get started with them until we've got readies from all 4 players. We're going to make sure that we hold each game. And so we do our 3, 2, 1 pills at the same time for everyone on the screen. And we've got
All
readies
right.
from the bottom set. Fantastic.
Yes. Like I said earlier, we've done this for SNES. We've never done a four-player matchup in a main any sort of our main tournaments. So this is this is going to be fun.
All right. Whew. Got my eagle eyes on. Ah, yes. And Dave with a reminder, if you forget your timers or stop them early, just keep playing. Basically, just keep playing is the motto through everything. And of course, we hope that they're having their local recordings going.
Yep, same if you top out. I'm putting that in chat right now in case everybody is doing what we tell them to and not listening to chat. Yeah, same thing with the top outs. That is what we're going to do. So we got our 3, 2, 1 pills in chat. This is a 4 to 7 level block, and it is best of 3 for all matches today. And wow, I like Sowden's board. A lot of double opportunities. Of course, a lot of them are blue, and that, well, he gets a double blue, so that's going to be helpful. But that could be a problem for him later on, Savage.
It's a lot of gaps as well. Ramsey was the first one out of the gate to start, and of course, we're expecting him to do well. He's got plenty of tournament experience, but look at that really nice drop in column 7 and 8, squeezing in between those reds. And so he's got a masterful plan, and this is going to be very easy for him to take care of everything. While on the right, Donatello is making very good moves. Notice this in column 6, taking those blues out from in between and then dropping the yellows. So he's doing quite well here. Lots of combos, lots of clean play.
Yeah, if I'm worried about anything with Donnie, it's just how spired everything is. As we got our first one out, that's Ramsey to 105. And Slay was looking at a lot of yellow at the top of his board, has gotten most of that worked out, and looks like he's setting up for some horizontals. That is going to require building a bridge, and that's going to take him just a little bit of time. But man, look at that. That is pro level, as Sowden out at a 116. So he's going to be the first one out in that group. But what a
Oh,
combo from Slay. 131, and he's out.
yeah, right before the broadcast, we were watching him, and Betty said, "He's been watching too much of me," and worried that he was trying to go for two long-term strats, but very nicely done. Meanwhile, on the bottom screen, Ramsey with 14 viruses left to go. He's working on his own horizontal here. Notice those reds in the top corner. He's going to knock those out probably as soon as he gets a single half red pill. And then he's got a cascading combo right down the center of the board. Watch that. Very nicely done.
Yeah, I think he was planning something with, like, he was planning to build the combo and trying to figure out how to not set it off early. Had to flip a yellow blue the wrong way around to make that happen, and luckily got the pills that he needed so that he could knock that out. So that was really good planning for him. Uh, you got Donatello kind of working on some underclears here. He's not got any blue access, and that's going to slow him down as Ramsey out at a 234. And Slay has taken a bit of a lead here in this level 5. He was the last one, I believe the last one out of level 4, but is just down to 4 viruses and all of them free and clear. So he should be out very shortly here.
Yeah, we do have a small timer differential, however, on that match, so we have to watch that one very carefully as Slay out of level 6. But Sowden finished with level 5 already. Pardon, Slay wasn't out of level 6 and ready to go. Donatello still working through the end of that board very nice and patiently, and of course everything's free and clear. I can tell that this style is very desirous to not leave any garbage anywhere, and meeting that goal.
Yeah, I'd say that is a fair assessment. So just to give you a cap of where we are right now, we got about a 2-second time difference coming out of 5 on the top screen. So Sowden did in fact come out just a bit before Slay did. On the bottom, we've got Donatello trying not to get lapped here, as he did get out of his level 5, but Ramsey almost out of his level 6. So Ramsey again showing that he is a 3-time champion at this level, and definitely wants to make it 4, as he's out at a 358 into the final level of this block.
Very nice. And we're going to see a combo there from Sowden on the right-hand side of the screen, taking out a bunch of red-blue. Is going to need to work very thoughtfully with the yellow on the board because that's currently blocking quite a bit. Drops down this blue horizontal and does drop some blue garbage on top of column 2, but notice it's not going to cause a problem too much, especially if he goes horizontal, which he does. Now, take a look at Slay's board. Let's work some RNG magic, please. Let us cross our fingers for this, because look at all that red.
Yeah, that red is usually not that big of a deal, but here it has been a real problem for him. He does have things set up for doubles though, but now he is also quite a bit behind, as Sowden has finished up this level. So it is no more than a 10-second difference. And as we look at our bottom screen, Ramsey making good progress into his level 7. Donatello is running into some problems in his
Mm-hmm.
6. There's just not gotten the pill luck that he's looking for. And you know what? It's totally fine. Dude is fairly new to the game, and this is his first tournament. So GG's to him for getting this done. And I have a feeling he's going to find his way right out of this pretty shortly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really that column 7 that's troublesome there. And I did not see the beginning of that, of course, because so much stuff is going on. Now you see Slay in the upper left hand of your screen, working on finding patient ways to navigate the lack of blue help. So we'll keep an eye on that. And Ramsey out at 554.
Yes, indeed. So, not quite a hot time. The hot times in this level block on the board right now are 552 and below. That's partially just because of how rarely in the past we have used this level block, as Donatello goes ahead and takes the top out to get himself ready for the next game. Looking at our bottom boards, it looks like it's going to be Sowden, but he's still got to get one more red.
Yeah, this is really tough because you see that Slay was working on that blue horizontal for so long, managing to clear a lot out in the process around it, but it just wasn't going to work out. So with 3 viruses left to go, Sowden has taken this at a 630. And there we go. And Slay able to finish that out at a 651. So we're going to wait for
Absolutely.
readies from all players. We're going to go to crown for Sowden and a crown for Ramsey.
All right, so GG so far. Um, and like we said, best of 3. So let's see what's going to happen in game number 2. Is it going to be a sweep? Are we going to see deciders? There's no telling. I can't wait to find out.
Doesn't Ook sound thrilled, folks?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, you just got to put me in a room with a lot of really loud people and make me think that I'm not being heard. That'll work. Okay, so 2 of our readies are in. There's 3 and there's 4. So I'm ready to see this one. Let's get this game 2 started.
Oh, yes, and Sowden does have to reset that timer. All right,
All
excellent.
right, timers are reset. Again, it is Sowden and Ramsey with the first game wins. They are hoping to make this a clean sweep. Donatello and Slay looking to try to uh, make it a decider coming up, and they are off.
Taking a look at Donatello's board, it's very high up here, lots of gaps, but notice he's making the right moves, signaling that he does quite understand the idea of tucking in between, and this red blue is going to be perfect for him. Oh, he doesn't choose to go for the tuck in between, although he was signaling that, but things are looking pretty good, pretty methodical for him.
Yes, indeed. I'm having to talk over a dog now. So, so yeah. Oh, a bit of a misdrop there for Donatello. He's got a lot of things set up, and I think he wanted to set that yellow red horizontal or flip the other way. Did not end up getting it there. If we look at the top board, though, it is Slay holding a slight lead over Sowden, but that bit of garbage is going to cause him a little bit of a slowdown.
And in the bottom left-hand side, Ramsey just working on this end game a little bit behind his pace from the last game, but he prioritized excellently there, taking out the top blue last and building up in case he needed to take some drop time. But he is out at a 122, Slay out at a 120, and Sowden working on the last couple viruses here. A lot of elaborate plans going on, I think, Ook.
Yep, and surprise JB there, but that is still the same board. We do still have Slay showing up there on the left as oh no, that is actually JB's practice. There we go. Okay, so
Oops.
everything's right. Totally fine. This is not a difficult setup at all. Seriously, y'all, give some love to Dave, who has had to come up with a way to make this work in this tournament. As we continue on, yeah, we've got Sowden out at about a 204, and Donatello has most everything kind of ready to go. He is going to signal a horizontal on that yellow, and then it's going to be a matter of getting the blue cleaned up. And
Hmm.
possibly, I mean, he may be signaling a horizontal on the blue as well. I'm not sure. Oh, I didn't see the blue at the bottom of his board either. So that's
Yeah,
going to
that's
be a
tough.
bit of a slow burn for him, but he will get through this one.
Hmm. And Again, Ramsey at the end of that game manages to clear out some horizontal garbage. He's been in a situation a couple of times where he's had to clear out some horizontal garbage and has to use the color that he needs in a way, which is really difficult. And in the upper left-hand corner, Slay working on a very spired column 1 and clearing those yellows from underneath made it so that a blue double drop down as well, which is always tough, but he's ready for another underclear, and it looks like he's just going to be able to plan out that lack of yellow help, and he's able to work on that.
Yeah, and luckily he didn't end up with the situation where you get two reds underneath and then that all the yellows start showing up, as Sowden narrowly avoids a top out there. He was working really high at the top of his board, had a couple of misdrops earlier. So it is Slay out, joining Ramsey in level 6. Donatello is on into his level 5, and Sowden is also in his 5. Looks to be out of that fairly shortly.
Mm-hmm. Donatello had a misdrop there at the beginning. You see on column 3, there's a little bit of red there. One thing that he can do is if he tucks a yellow piece into that gap that's on column 3, then he's able to have that just drop down. Meanwhile, Ramsey on the left-hand side on the bottom is working on that endgame as well. He's got to be very creative with red, and notice column 1 is pretty tight there. A double red would be perfect, but he's signaling he wants a sweet tea, and then he wants to be able to clear out. And I think he's really going to hold out for that double red.
Makes the right choice there to just go ahead and go on without it. He's got a lot of good options here, and yeah, this red yellow coming up is going to be helpful for the plans that he's got set up. In fact, okay, yeah, he could have taken that blue pile out and laid the double yellow down, but in the end, it doesn't matter. He's out at a 447, and looks to have this game 2 well in hand. As
The top
the
games
the top
is
game,
is
I was just
close. I'm really
I
liking this.
was
I
just paying attention to that. I was trying to catch up and went, oh wow, that game
Oh
has
yeah.
gotten really nice.
Yeah, now both of these, they're 6 viruses apart right now. Every time we slay and Sowden up at the top of your board. The formation for Sowden is a little more difficult than the formation for Slay. Notice how you've got those columns built up around each other, and Sowden really has no choice but to just tackle them straight on. So he's got to bring that column 6 down. That gives Slay the opportunity to get out at a 528 and pulled away yet again.
Yeah, he's and that's one of the things that you'll see if you play around with this game too much. As far as speed goes, is that the players will everything will look fairly even until somebody gets into the end game, and then the end games really can
Mhm.
make or break a player. As Sowden, takes a couple of combos there. It did free him up to make a horizontal at the bottom, but I think at this point, just building the vertical is going to be the way to go. That when that blue drops, it's going to drop some garbage. You hate to see that, but
Mhm.
he's committing to it, and no, he's going to get the pills he needs. He's going to be out at a 611.
And Ramsey out at a 619. So Ramsey will be moving on to face Fwubs in round 2. Very, very exciting here. So we're going to keep an eye on the top match now.
Yeah, this match definitely got spicy, and in fact, will be unless Sowden really brings the Jets here. It looks like it might end up being a decider. Oh, and look at that
Oh,
combo.
oh,
That is some pills for Slay.
oh, I love that. Yeah, I think it does look like Slay has been learning at the knee of the queen of combos, Betty herself. Very exciting. We're going to hear her on the mic a little bit later.
Yeah, that's definitely what you're seeing here. And just a couple more pills. Oh, he wants that. Oh, got it set up wrong. Now, what he can do here, he can set a horizontal up. Looks like he is
Oh, this is getting
a little
complicated.
tilted here.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
All right.
Yeah.
This
Meanwhile, Sowden has a while to chop this down, honestly, but it's that column 2 that is the difficult one. Look at these horizontal opportunities for
and
Sowden
there it
opening
is.
up. Whew, but Slay added a 746 and is going to move on to face. hmm, I think that's you, the
Nobody.
librarian.
No, this is a decider. It was
Wait,
Sowden
is
who
this?
won game number 1. Yes.
Oh, I had no crowns. I'm so sorry. I forgot. I'm
That's
so
okay.
excited. My voice cracked.
So Ramsey has won his game, but the upper game is going to be going to a decider. So stick around for that one because that one's going to be we're going to keep that going. So GG's real quick to Donatello again, first time pharmacist coming in and has done a really good job. Great showing for your first time out, my friend. So it's just awesome when we get to see new players come in.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, poor there's Sowden
There we go.
getting the pieces that he needs, gets that horizontal. He's out at an 844. So this top game is going to go to a decider,
Woo!
and Ramsey can't say I blame him. Goes ahead and steps out of the room. Not sure what we're going to do about cameras here. I don't think this has ever happened. I think all of our 4-player matches have gone
Yes, they've
gone in
they've
sweep. So
they've gone the same number of crowns, I believe. So if Ramsey wants to scoot away, totally fine. We probably are going to start readying the bottom of that screen just to keep things moving along.
yes,
So
indeed.
new players might appear, who knows, new names, but don't even worry about it. It's all about the Otter and Sowden.
Yes, indeed. And we do have a ready from Slay. Once we get our ready from Sowden, we're going to be ready to rock and roll it, which I just got a welcome back to the chat room. So maybe we did get one and I just didn't see it. I don't know. Lindo giving
And
us his patented jokes.
oh, boo. This Otter be a good one.
All right. I see timers reset. I see pips. I see players on the level. We do have high speed for Sowden. We got medium speed for Slay. Sowden on the standard fever. Slay taking the off strats. They are ready. Let's get this going.
3, 2, 1, and pills. All right, well this is exciting.
Yes, it is. Game 1, we're going to get a decider. That's awesome. And this is our 8-9 match, so definitely something to have looked out for. And yeah, it's great seeing new players at all, but seeing a new player do as well as Sowden already has, that's exciting as well. And if you want to join this particular band of crazy people, you should absolutely do that. We have our monthly tournaments every month. It is too late to get in for our year-end tournament if it is your first time in, but you can totally play with us next month.
Definitely. And we've got plenty of information on that in our Discord. So both players about tied here, and Slay able to take down these sort of spired columns. I was a little bit worried about that column 8, but it is all the way brought down, just needs one more, and is making smart plans. Notice that undertuck, trying to get rid of the possibility of drop time, is probably going to want to take out that bottom cluster first. Meanwhile, Sowden is poised to drop a lot of good things. He's got a really nice combo there, and everything is really open to clear out this end game.
Yeah, Sowden had a bit of a couple of not fully misdrops as 125 versus 122, so it is Sowden with a slight lead. Sowden had a little bit of a stumble there, and it was actually because of the high speed. You can see something like that right there. It takes some getting used to high speed, and so it hasn't caused him any major issues yet, but definitely can tell it's having its effect on him.
Now, Slay tucking down to the bottom, you saw him tucking all the way down that yellow red to the right. He is making plans for the bottom of this board and trying to have some vision for the the next levels down is really, really important for upping your play. Now, I think he wanted to tuck that blue red somewhere else, and I think he just slid it prematurely or didn't hit that button. But yeah, that's going to slow him down because blue is going to be that pain point. So they're both on about 12, 13 viruses right now, and you can see Slay now hesitating, wondering how his plans are going to work out.
Yeah, but those red blues are going to be very fortuitous for him
Mhm, mhm,
as he's able to just clear out his garbage. And sometimes that's what you got to do. Just take a minute, clear your garbage, get everything out of the way, and simplify your plans. If we've learned anything from watching Floyd over the years, it's simplify your plans.
mhm. Yeah.
And Sowden has taken the advantage back. He is looking to get out of this one with just a couple more a couple more pills. Needs 2 reds now. There's 1. There's 2. He's out at a 310.
And meanwhile, Slay still working on a lot of this blue situation. And notice there's this horizontal possibility for the blues. Gets
Take
the
it, take
double
it.
blue.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go. But look at this board. You can see that the RNG of the NES version is a complete mess. I am not a fan right now. Finally gets
Abysmal.
those blues.
So it's a
Mm,
338, and that's going to put him about 12 viruses behind here in level 6. But this is just the penultimate level of the block, so there is still plenty of opportunity for Slay to bring it back, and as well as plenty of opportunity for Sowden to really put the pedal to the metal and show us what he can do.
And that's really what's happening right now on Sowden's board. He had some excellent tucks down towards the bottom of that board, and he did drop down the horizontal that he was building, but the double red came right afterwards, so it didn't matter. And wow, getting those red yellows a couple in a row really worked quite well. And he's navigating lots of great moves, setting up platforms to avoid drop time, and just needs
Oh,
oh oh
not what you
oh
want to see. And
yeah, and whew,
I thought
he's
it
up
was
there high.
it was about to top out. So takes the virus on the right with that double. That's the right play. Oh, get out. Okay, there we go. Out of a
Oh,
422. That was a bit on the terrifying side. I'm not gonna lie. But look at this combo that Slay's
oh,
setting
it's
up.
a monologue. Oh my
I
gosh,
don't
we
think
don't
I've
see
ever seen one of those in
I
competition.
I don't think I've seen one either. That's fantastic. And out at a 501 in amazing fashion. I know
Yeah,
we've
no.
seen people trying to set up the monologue, but wow, awesome.
And with that, he has knocked the lead down to just 5 viruses. Remember, it
Mhm.
was a dozen at the beginning of the level. And look at this combo that
What?
Soden just threw down.
Okay.
He said, "All right, I'll see
Hmm.
your combo Slay, and I will raise you this big pile of insanity." These guys are putting on a clinic just for fun.
Yeah, this is really good. This bodes well to their futures in the brackets. Their work on the combos is excellent. Now, Slay's in a little bit of trouble. Notice columns 1, 2, 8. They're up high and they're all red. And he's got some competing horizontal plans at the bottom of that board. But wow, manages the offset fat log, the lightning log, if you will. Excellently done.
Yeah, and could have handled these double blues a little differently, but as it turns out, didn't really matter. And he is down to again just still 5 hours difference.
Mm.
As
And
Soden
it's
is, yeah, fighting some a little bit of garbage situation.
Yeah, and you see that there's that virus, the red yellow that is tucked in column 6. I believe that was a mistuck. But setting up the bottom, it's just very tightly wound at the moment, so it's going to be hard for him to get out of this. He's trying to clear out that column 6 vertically, leaving himself open for that blue in the bottom horizontally. So let's see how that goes, but has to clear out that garbage. Meanwhile, we've got a lack of diversity on Slay's board that's just gonna be tough. I don't know if he's gonna be able to clear it in time.
Yeah, and he is not going to be able to because there is Soden out at a 652. Really tight race between these two. This has been a great matchup. I'm looking forward to seeing more from both of them, but we will be seeing more of Sowden here shortly as he will continue to play this same level block. We are going to be playing round 2 in 4 to 7 as well, as Slay is going to be out at a 723. So, man, GG's to all 4 players who were in this block.
Welcome back, everybody, to the DrMC as we continue round 1 of our September silver bracket. And of course, I'm Savage Octagon and joined, as we mentioned before the break, by Betty B. Betty, we are all ready for these matches. What are you thinking?
Glad to be back, and yeah, let's do this. Looks like we have a good lineup of some old and some new. So let's get to these games. We need readies in chat from these folks, and then we can start trying to mess with the craziness that is 4 players at once.
It is fantastic. So on the top left, you have JB, who, of course, you heard commentating last weekend, and he's been around basically since the beginning. Hasn't played in a while, but coming back now. Very excited to have him back. And of course, Kyle Berry, I believe third tournament for Kyle.
And a nice wave from them.
Yep, hello. And we've got MadTown, who's been in a couple, and Lilac, who I believe is making eligibility for the year end this month. So welcome in, everybody. And as soon as we have readies from all 4 players, we will take off on these levels 4 through 7.
There we go. We have all readies in from all of our players. Just
all right, take a
deep
breath.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath, Betty.
Okay. All the action that's going to be coming at me all at once.
And we're going to have our countdown in 3, 2, 1, and pills.
I gotta channel the ook, the energy. This is going to be great.
So calm. Nice opening horizontal there from JB to get started. Doesn't need a lot of blue, so whatever's going to happen, he's going to have to tuck that on top. And contrast that with Kyle, who needs way too much blue at the top there, Betty.
Yeah, but on Kyle's side, they are preparing for that cross clear. Oh, a little bit of a misplay there that they're going to have to clean up, but let's see where they go with that.
Meanwhile, Lilac very nicely taking down the middle of that board. There is a bunch of blue-red possibilities, and I think there was a little bit of a misprioritization there, but nothing too big. And once that red comes down, a little bit of a misdrop there in columns 6 and 7, but able to bring this down pretty straightforward. But MadTown, look at how clean this board is, working on some horizontals, cleared the last yellow off, and everything's free and clear.
Been doing nothing but doubles like on MadTown's side. I've been watching them take out 4 or 5 viruses at a time, and on JB's though, look at this clear, but had only yellows, but getting only yellows, and the doc letting him get out at a 118.
Now MadTown already out before that. We have Kyle is working through a bunch of that garbage there on column 8. They're gonna have to build up on an under clear there, and I'm really not sure how that blue in row 2 is gonna go. That's gonna be the tough bit. Meanwhile, Lilac knocking down that last virus out at a 138.
Oh, look at this tuck. Now we know how they were gonna solve it. I love
very
that
nice
play.
For Kyle. Yeah. Nice blue horizontal from JB there is going to have to be very, very mindful about how that blue is taken out. And if he doesn't do his prioritization really well, he could get punished by RNG. Speaking of being punished by RNG, take a look at MadTown's board there on the bottom left. That looks rough.
Yeah, I think you said it perfectly during one of our last games, where it's just very tight and compact, which does not lead to being able to do those quick plays that you want. You kind of have to drill down into it, and that's exactly what we're seeing MadTown doing. But now with that play, can actually do some underclears with these blues, and beautiful work on MadTown's side.
And Kyle has really stepped it up and found their rhythm again after that really tough level 4 and has made the gap smaller between themselves and JB. So doing pretty well here. LilacWafers. Now columns 1 and 8 are pretty high up, so she's going to want to definitely clear that blue from the bottom so that drop time doesn't ruin that. But it means that prioritization is going to be a little tough in the process.
Hmm. MadTown made it into his level 6 and has been doing some good plays to bring down some quick clears. There is a little bit of what do you call that? A chasm in the middle of his board, so that but allowing them to tuck and make some really good plays and clear some stuff out. So oh, and that was a little bit of a mistuck right there, but they're ahead, so they can try and clean that out right now.
Kyle is in level 6 right now, getting started on that at about a two dozen virus deficit at the moment. And Lilac on the bottom right is just a few viruses behind MadTown, but a little more garbage, I think, to contend with. Although MadTown is not quite getting the RNG that he would need to complete this level well. Meanwhile, JB just cruising through needs one more red. And there we go. Into level 7, the first of our group.
I'm a super fan of Kyle's ability to just see tuck plays, and at this level, while yes, a lot of people do the tuck plays, they've been making really unique setups and able to actually see them through, and that's a high skill, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of Kyle as well.
Yeah, on the bottom left-hand side, MadTown having a little bit of difficulty. You see that column 3 have some garbage in it, and that was sort of due to a mistuck and then dropped the sort of correct move that you could see that he'd wanted to make right after that because he was sort of in autopilot next box blindness kind of mode, which just happens to everyone all the time.
Ooh,
um
this last play for Lilac made some
mhm.
amazing drop clear and just needing that one red to get out, and now into her level 7. You can see some of the plays that she sets up are definitely due to the Virus Buster League that she has been playing in, and you can see that setting up those combos as opposed to making some of the quicker plays, but they're beautiful.
You love those
I do.
combos, and the versus scene really lends itself able to do this. But it looks like JB from our whole set is going to be out first, but he's just got to contend with quite a bit of blue.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, Kyle getting started on their level 7, yeah, is working towards some horizontal plays, but really just wants to get that red happening. And MadTown having a rough time here, finishing this level 6. Not quite sure what the play is. Maybe he can clear out that yellow garbage horizontally. I think he sees that opportunity. He's got to be careful about that. Needs this one more
That was
yellow.
close.
Yeah, but Lilac is very far out in front here. Meanwhile, JB finishes first at a 626, so he's going to take game 1 on his side.
Wow. Yeah, but yeah, Mad Cow making these double plays, making this a match.
I'm sorry,
And
did you just call him Mad Cow? Okay, yes. Sorry, Mad Cow is doing amazingly.
I'm so
Um,
sorry, Mad Town, doing an amazing job taking damn it so much. Okay, no, doing a great job. I'm getting my composure back. Sorry about that all.
I love you so much. And Lilac is
Good
out at
stuff.
about a 6:59. Sorry, Madtown, we didn't quite get to discuss you as well as we'd liked.
But you do play well, despite my
So
whatever I call
great.
people.
Oh,
We are professionals here, y'all.
I'm
Like,
I'm I'm so professional. Okay.
oh.
All right. And Lilac takes game 1 there, and MadTown, I mean, was able to chop down that board very quickly. Um, that was a really tough go with that with the garbage drops and the RNG and having some misplays that sort of set him off. But I'm excited for this next game.
Me too.
All Excuse me. All right,
Jeez.
so we're gonna get readied up from all players. All right, we got a ready from Kyle.
Oh, do we have cat strats in our? It looked like JB had a cat at one point. We love our cats here on the Dr. Mario community, or in the Dr. Mario community. Definitely post your cat pictures in our Discord or any pets. We love all. Well, we love all furry friends. Kyle might have cat percent. Ooh.
Oh yeah, there is definitely a cat tree in the background as we have 3, 2, 1 pills.
Pills.
I wonder if we're gonna get some more deciders here. That would be pretty exciting.
Gotta
Get a
love
little
Decider.
a little more Dr. Mario.
I'm
At the
not really
top.
liking, yeah, JB's board. It was very kind of split up. Um, and but maybe it's just I'm not used to seeing level 4
Oh, very nice combo from Kyle there at the top of that board. Wow, really chopping that down.
taking multiple viruses at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Nice
oh god.
nice combo there from Lilac as
Mhm.
well, taking things out horizontally.
Yeah, and I am been watching her actually prepare for further down clears, so it's been kind of nice to see that forward thinking from Lilac. And on JB's side, he's basically free and clear for all of the viruses that he has left, just
Mm-hmm.
needing the appropriate pills to come from the doctor, which they don't always, but it looks like in his case, just one more and going to be out at a 107.
Mm-hmm. MadTown setting up for this drop horizontal there. It's going to take that yellow out, and we'll see what happens. A blue would help set up a horizontal for this red. Takes
There we
out
go.
those blues. Very nice. Is open to that, and is going to be out at a 119.
And Kyle also out at a 122. So they are close, but they aren't the ones playing each other. So um, we are continuing to see again a nice good tuck clear from Kyle, just being able to use the pills to their the utmost ability. So very good.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's a 3 virus game between Kyle and JB. Very, very exciting. LilacWafers out of level 4 at about a 139. So at about a 9 virus deficit to MadTown, but MadTown going to be dealing with quite a bit of red. And we'd love to be able to see if he could take those reds out horizontally in the center. It's not going to be able to happen now because of that yellow sandwich that's going on, but oof, that would have been exciting. JB finishing out nice combo in this end game of level 5. Got to work on a good plan for that red in the bottom, and a horizontal seems to be happening.
Oh,
But
beautiful. Did you just see that drop L clear from Kyle? It was
oh
so great.
no.
It was so great. And I see what they're probably trying to do for this column 3, and they decided to not take the blue horizontally since they had that set up. But just beautiful setups going on Kyle Berry's side, and just fantastic to see.
Still going to get that horizontal though and be out at about a 248. So this is a different story from the last game that we saw
Mhm.
for Kyle. So Kyle again really hitting that rhythm. MadTown going to be out pretty soon here. Just needs one more red. Going to be out at a 3 minutes. And Lilac set up very well. There's no serious garbage problems on her board at all. And notice if she gets a red, she's going to be setting up very nicely for that horizontal and open up
Beautiful.
the bottom of that board. So that is a very good end game there from Lilac.
Yeah, just needing a little bit more red, and the doc will let her out at a, come on, 318. There we go. But that's
Nice.
not keeping MadTown from just destroying 4 pills at once with those double yellows. And looks like a little bit of a misplay on that, trying to set up for an L, but still making a nice combo play there.
JB setting up for a good combo. We call this a lotus clear. Look at that drop into a horizontal there. Very nice and peaceful. These a blue yellow going to be perfect for him. Just needs one more blue. He gets it. He's going to be out at a 405. And we're going to want to see him below a 552 in order to get a hot time. So it's still doable.
I'm looking at Kyle's board, trying to see how they're gonna clear these yellows. I think they were
double
here we
yellow,
go.
double yellow. Let's go, sweet tea.
That is what I was hoping for in, and the doc did provide in that case. So that was fantastic, fantastic.
I really enjoyed watching that. Enjoying this work from MadTown as well. Out at about a 443 here, with a good tuck play there. And let's see, Lilac still working through level 6 and is having some trouble now with that red that's there.
Now, I believe if I remember correctly, that Lilac does play with only spinning the pill in one direction, which does sometimes lead to not being able to, get to the orientation of the pill that you want. But making some fantastic plays and still in this. So a little bit behind, but they brought it back last time. So
and I recall there's someone else that we know very, very well who, when they burst onto the competition scene, only spun the pill one way. And
I don't know who you're talking about.
They're quite fantastic now, so I don't know. But JB out at a 538. He is setting one of those hot times. That is the number 14 all-time hot time, tied with Betty B.
Good job, JB. You're in good company. If I could say so to myself.
And yes, and you do, and you will, and of course. So he is going to be moving on to the next round, and meanwhile, MadTown is not going to lap Lilac, but pretty close, and just needs some more reds to be out. So he's just going to be waiting on RNG there. And yep, go ahead.
Heard your comment that you wanted a decider, and definitely going to bring that to us in this round of matches. So thank you, MadTown.
Excellent. So we're gonna have Lilac ready themselves up for this next game. So let's we will hope that she does that. But yeah, we've got another decider. Very exciting, much more thrilling than round 1 of the gold, where the first night out, I think we had all deciders, or all sweeps rather.
Yeah. I will say, Kyle, I am so happy to see you playing. Please come back again. This was their first tournament, but hopefully not last. You were doing some amazing plays, so please come back.
Actually, this wasn't their first tournament. Last month was their first tournament.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, but come back for a third, and then you'll qualify for our end of year tournament. So if you come in next month, you will qualify.
Yeah. We're going to have a ready from MadTown and a ready from LilacWafers. And as soon as that, we will get our decider on. And yeah, I was really stoked to see Kyle's moves. I think that they could be a pretty exciting talent in the silver bracket in the coming months. And we have readies from Lilac and MadTown.
Oh, they changed to chill. MadTown changed to chill. I don't know if I like.
Yeah, let's go. Cheap chill. 3, 2, 1. Pills. Moo.
Yes. Well, commentators, have curses and blessings, and they also say a lot of things that they do not intend to. So that is me as well.
Nice opening moves from Lilac there, setting up for a horizontal with these blues. It's looking very nice. Oop, closed off that opportunity. The only thing that's going to open that up is a red yellow with no garbage, but has it back open. Blue yellow would be great for this. So has that beautiful combo there.
Yeah, and on MadTown's side, had some plays that ended up dropping some trash, not necessarily sure that they wanted to do that, but it hasn't slowed them down from setting up even more. And oh, what are we going to do with these yellows? Yeah, so job clear and just continuing to work away at this level 4.
And Lilac setting up a very big combo there, did knock out the yellows that possibly could have been used to drop down on top of column 3, but it doesn't matter with the order that the pills showed up. Now working on a horizontal with some blues. It's elaborate, but it's going to work. And ooh, just gets all the blues in time. Gonna be out at a 111.
Now, I will say, just a instructional moment there, chose to lay the pill down flat, which did cause a little bit more drop time than necessary for that being the last clear, or the second to last clear that they needed. So just those are type of things that you want to look out for going forward to make sure that if you don't need to take the drop time, that you're not trying to.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
we're both into this level 5, and on MadTown's side, needed a lot of blue help at the top of their board, also getting some blue pills. So thank you, Doc, for giving us that color that doesn't always pop up. And we'll see if this tuck. Ooh, that was a hard tuck to make. So.
And with the high speed, I think that one thing you're seeing MadTown doing is that when there's a mistuck or a misplay there, has a little bit of trouble recovering to the next pills. So sometimes doesn't do what he wants to do, but gets a nice horizontal there. Lilac gets a nice horizontal.
Now I like
these
MadTown's choice to put down the red pill underneath the red to just eliminate any drop time as needed. So sometimes look for those plays where you can tuck under instead of maybe play from above. So that was really good.
And Lilac into level 6 with a nice drop combo, vertical into horizontal. Going to be figuring out how to deal with this cluster of reds on the top where MadTown's going to try to avoid drop time, has to take some, but he's going to be out at a 257.
But yeah, really nice platform, like you said, to eliminate that drop time. So good forward thinking and back into both being on the same level. So both playing on level 6 now.
And this is about a 5 virus game at the moment. Lilac's board looking a little bit messy here. You see that there's some garbage and some garbage situations brewing. Columns 1, 2, and 3 are going to be difficult with the way that they're currently layered, but we'll see how she gets out of that. Meanwhile, MadTown is doing very well here at keeping this board very clean, finding a place for every pill, and is gonna need some red help momentarily. You're welcome. Let's get you out of that situation. Oh, double red blitz. This is gonna be great. Oh
yeah,
no.
Ended a little bit too early for all the red that is still on MadTown's board.
And for those of you who might be just joining us, the RNG of this game is set up so that occasionally there are blitzes of the same pill over and over and over again. Double red is the most common of those blitzes, followed by a red yellow right at the end. So we were hoping for that for MadTown, but he's recovering nicely. These red blues are going to really help.
And I see all of the setup. I'm wondering if they're going to take those yellows in the middle of the board horizontally, or if they're just going to take them out one by one. And so I look forward to seeing how MadTown does. It looks like he is signaling he's going to take it one by one, which is fine if the yellows keep coming. Oh, look at this. Let's see what we do here.
Lightning
Beautiful.
bolts.
Beautiful.
Very
Out
nice.
436.
Yeah. And you see Lilac. So MadTown has taken the lead from Lilac. Lilac's board became quite messy during this level 6, got a little bit away from her. And she's going to want to take that blue horizontally by using those reds. So let's see if she drops that. I hope she continues on with that plan. Yes.
A lot of yellow and don't necessarily know there were ways that you could have used those yellows, but not really needing them, it looks like, because they have exactly what they need in terms of yellows if this red gets out of the way. And then setting up for that. Okay, beautiful clear. Seeing the double blue coming and going to be able to tuck that in and get out at a 525.
But now MadTown is about half a level ahead, so about 16 viruses there. Nice combo down the right-hand side of the board. The board is not particularly diverse at the moment, so he's going to want to prioritize clears that open things up quickly, like that one that we just saw with the red. Has a possibility for blue horizontal. Doesn't look like that's what he's going to go for, but he's got a nice opportunity if he gets a blue-yellow to tuck underneath there in column 5. I can count. But yeah, this is a really nice end game. Very clean for MadTown.
And just needing this last red yellow and getting out of the 6-12. And so taking this last game and taking this match as well is MadTown.
And MadTown is going to move on to round 2 to face our number 2 seed Nesdonk. But nicely played by LilacWafers, and welcome to eligibility for the year-end tournament. We're excited to see you keep practicing. And yeah, this is a very clean endgame. That level 7 was really tidy there for her.
Nice drop clear.
Now, nice. She got the D sandwich.
Beautiful.
If you notice, that's a textbook D sandwich. Nice. We had a lot of time to plan for that. And out at a 659. So very nicely done to both players. And of course, again, GG's to our 10 seed LilacWafers. And we will see you, MadTown, in a little bit. And speaking of seeing you all, we are going to move along to round 2 in just a few minutes. So stick around. This is the DrMC.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our September Silver Bracket. I am going to be joined in the booth with the one and only voice of, well, not only voice, but one of the wonderful voices we have, JB Henry. Welcome into the booth, JB.
Howdy, Betty. How are you? How are we doing today?
Fantastic. We're looking forward to this match where it looks like we have some cap percent. Ook is pulling out all the stops for this match here against Sowden.
Okay, I thought it was Ook versus Cowden, so I just wanted to let me know about
Thanks,
that.
JB.
I don't have my notes up here because I've been basically grinding Dr. Mario all day. But Ook, seeing Ook in the silver bracket is surprising. Not so surprising as the 1 seed. Ook is a fantastic player. Really will have to go up against Sowden, who I unfortunately did not see play in the first round. But we're victorious over the 8 seeds. So really excited to see how this one plays out. Sowden.
And I see it's pronounced, yes, Sowden. Okay.
Like, are your pants ripped? Better Sowden. All right.
We got jokes. We got jokes here. I'm surprised that wasn't one that was coming from Flindo. So we have readies in chat from both players.
I don't know if Ook's ready to play with the sweet, sweet kitty on his lap.
If I know anything from his Monday practices, he is well prepared to play with the kitty in his hands.
Oh, I do not. My cat is unfortunately not a lap cat. In fact, he likes to jump on the back of my chair, which reduces my age by about 6 months every time she does it. Anyways, we've got readies 3, 2, 1, and pills. Remember, we are at levels 6 to 9 here in round, or no, it is still level 4 to 7 in round 2.
Mm-hmm.
I only wrote these rules. All right. Our player's off and running here. Ook is off to the races here as we having a bit of an issue with this board, but don't worry, that column 8 is there and you'll see it. These players having to get some quick clears done. And I'm liking this setup we're seeing from Sowden here. Really nice potential for comboing all around. Really not much for yellow-red, but making things happen. Gonna really want some blue help here, Betty.
Yeah, absolutely. And, getting a little bit, but definitely needing a lot more for it being the pill that comes up the least. But again, it keeps coming. So, the doc is maybe being nice to our newer player, because as you can see, Ook is down to his last 2 viruses, both blue, but about a 6 virus difference between these 2 players right now.
Right, and if Sowden can get some momentum here, this blue is going to be huge. But Ook out at a minute 4, but Sowden with that nice double. He's really going to need some momentum going here. Going to have to figure out how to clear these blues. It's likely going to be horizontal for the 2 in row 5, and then vertically the rest of the way. Likely with that final clear being those that straggled virus out in column 6.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that we are going to want to note is it does look to be a 10-second discrepancy between the two as well. So we will keep that in mind as we make calls going forward. But Ook, again, just preparing for a major clear on their end. Going to be taking some drop time, but a little bit ahead here. And so they can do that.
And that red in row or column 7 or 6, as we see, is not by all means unclearable. As we saw Ook clear from underneath, that's always a good option, especially on a double. If you can get one on top, one on bottom, gives you a lot more board flexibility. But we're seeing Sowden here in level number 5 here, right south of 2 minutes.
Now, the drop time that Ook has been taking is definitely allowing Sowden to catch up a little bit here. And oh wow, that tuck play in order to set up for that clear, wonderful on Sowden's end.
Yeah, Ook's going to need some yellow-red help desperately. Everything clustered in those first 2 rows. Going to have to get creative here. Likely we're going to see a horizontal in row 5. No, he's opted to go vertical. I thought he would go horizontal and maybe open up those reds in column 1, but that doesn't look to be the case here. 4 to 7 as Sowden playing a beautiful level 5 so far. Absolutely killing it. Like that clear. Just minimize the drop time there. And now we're sandwiching that yellow-red right into that row 3 section here. I think that red up in column 8 is going to be the last one, and I'm really liking this endgame here from Sowden.
Yeah, and on Ook's end, definitely kind of buried. And this will take out the first yellow that he puts down there because of the horizontal. So Ook's still trying to get out of this, and Sowden has then gotten into his level 6 already. So yeah, Ook playing from behind right now.
As the 1 seed, really, it's hard to see things like that. Ooh, but a critical misflip over here on Sowden. That blue-red looks like he misaligned it, or not misaligned it, just mislaid it. But still plenty of time to clear it out and can combo it out even. But that yellow-red not helpful.
On Ook, he had a horizontal setup. The pills just weren't coming the way he wanted. Just opts to just clear it horizontally and continuing on. And he's bringing this with. He actually has taken the lead in this level 6.
Yeah, and I'm really not liking that bottom left section from Sowden. It's going to be a real tough clear. A double blue, double red would be insanely helpful right there. But I like this underplay, trying to open up the board a little bit, and another nice play and good board vision, getting that triple clear as Sowden at 12, retaking the lead here. And remember, these players about 10 seconds apart, pretty much even keel here as we're getting close to level 7.
Yeah. And Sowden trying to figure out how he's going to take this blue, and now having no blue access without digging a little bit. And the blues just keep coming from the dock. So we'll see how this ends up, how he ends up working through this.
Sowden could have comboed with that red-yellow, and I maybe didn't see it, but you really the big thing you're going to see from players. Remember, these are not elite level players, but they're still pretty darn good. They're still learning those strategies of how to play efficiently. So that's something that you'll maybe learn from going around here. But Ook out at a 5-10. But remember, there is a bit of a discrepancy in timer here. But again, Betty, this is a tough board to have when there's just 2 viruses wedged in the corner.
But maybe wasted a little bit of that double yellow that the doc gave to Sowden, but
I'm a little surprised by that, but
yeah.
There very well could have been. And I suffered from this, early on in my playing days of this is tunnel vision. You're so focused on one clear, you don't see another. and you really like have to sort of play like you're looking at 2 or 3 clears at a time, especially in the end game, because you might find a combo that's surprising and could be super helpful. That's put Sowden against the 8 ball here, down by 10 viruses here as we're on level 7.
Yeah, and could also be due to the high speed that Sowden has chosen to play on. Doesn't always allow you that glimpse of the board that you always need to know where to set up. But on Ook's side, he's just continuing to tear down on his board, down to only 9 viruses, so single digits here. Probably going to take those reds in column 5 and 8 horizontally if I know him at all, and probably leaving them for last since there will be drop time as well with those.
Yeah, Sowden is playing the scattered board right now, but in a decent position. Maybe looking to go horizontal. There won't be an out for that, though, so that'll be a tough decision. But Ook out at a 649. Ook will take the win here, and we'll be up 1-0. Remember, this is best 2 out of 3. We remain on levels 4 to 7 in what's been a record-breaking silver bracket, Betty. A lot of players in this one.
Yeah, and it is official now with the timer as well that Ook has taken this match, but Sowden did not let off that pedal. So this is going to be a lot closer than it probably appears on paper. I'm really looking forward to the next crown.
Yeah, and again in silver bracket you're gonna see, and this is why I encourage, especially if you're new, watch players play silver bracket, because they're going to make mistakes that they can learn from. And I'm not saying mistakes in a bad way. Any mistake you make is an opportunity to be better the next time. So we take example that double yellow that Sowden just kind of down pressed and disregarded. That's something you come back and go, oh, I could have cleared this virus, and it makes you a better player later on.
Yeah, I definitely spent a lot of time watching, not only my games but everybody else's games to be like, how can I do this better? And critiquing that, and you bring that into the next game with you, and makes you better going forward.
And we've got readies as Ook and Kitty against Hey Look at Sowden. We've got 3-2-1 pills. Sowden played a strong game. Just a couple of critical mistakes could really turn this thing around. Ook is already off to the races. Has a line across the board. Not something you like seeing when you're making a run, no matter what level it's at.
But making a really cool play, setting up for clearing that red, just needing maybe a red yellow to help with the setup that he's doing. Oh, clearing the yellow away, and now needing that red blue. So very good on Ook's side, needing a lot of yellow help though. Ooh, and a critical misplay as I switched over to look at Sowden. But we'll see how we end up dealing with this.
Sowden's
I like
going
the
to be
setup.
Sowden's going to be forced to have to make that clear underneath, and I think that's a good decision. And great wherewithal, knowing you're in danger of that top out and playing a little bit more conservatively. You can't play too aggressively when you're that high up, right in the middle of the board. So really well done there by Sowden. But Ook looking to be out here with that double cleared, 58 seconds. What a brilliant level 4.
Beautiful. But Sowden seeing that he could undertuck that yellow in column 4, so even the trash that did drop down eventually, it didn't stay in their way. So making some great plays, but Ook just tearing through the level 5 as well. So Sowden is going to need a lot of red help currently in order to get out of this level 4.
And Sowden's big story in this is drop time. We
Mhm.
saw that high blue virus over in column 1. That might have been something to consider going for last, unless there's some sort of combo you could make out of it. And even then, that might be a risky situation because there's still a lot of drop time. But out at a minute 40, still playing pretty well here through level 4. Going into level 5 here, down by quite a bit. But I like this board, although it is scattered. A lot of opportunities for low drop time.
Ook playing a fantastic clean game. I have not seen a single bit of trash on his board this entire level 5, and that just goes to prove of what an amazing player Ook is. And out at a 211, again screaming through these levels of this 4 to 7 bracket.
Yeah, Ook playing fantastically well and is continuing to do so. Has a really good setup here. And one thing Ook does incredibly well is I think Ook has some of the best board vision in the
Mm.
community. He can look down 2, 3 rows and really see what's going on, and doesn't play hastily. And by that I mean, doesn't make any rash decisions playing on the board. Makes very good calculated moves, and we're going to see one there, a nice L that's going to drop the yellow garbage down and again set up a nice combo there. Although Ook in a bit of a dicey situation with the split board, needing some blue help, but making some smart tucks. Really able to do that on medium speed, and that's the benefit of medium speed.
Now, another difference that you'll see with a lot of our players that have had a lot of the tournament experience is just they do make their decisions very quick. So even if you don't know what to do with the pill, sometimes they just throw it away even faster than those players that might not have been playing as long. And you see that with Ook. He's making those decisions and just moving on if it's a pill that he can use or not. So.
Sowden got out at right around a 324, or excuse me, a 313 out of 5, and has a decent board here. And I'm really liking the decision making here. That red blue or that yellow
Beautiful.
blue, not perfect, but making the most of the situation there. And I like the thought of getting that pill fragment over the blue. Ook out at a 352 right abouts, going into 7. But this has been a very clean board by Sowden.
Yeah, and I've been loving watching, how they're making these clears and these combo clears at that. As we all know, I am a huge fan of. So this has been fantastic to watch them decide what they're doing with this board and good decisions at that. So this is great.
Yeah, Sowden is really playing brilliantly on this level 6. Ooh, a bit of a misplay there, but I really like the thought process. You do have to sacrifice out the combo pieces for that red, but
Hmm.
still, not at all not a bad play. And really, that's a free drill play. You have similar drop time, so not a bad decision there at all. Now, the interesting thing here is Sowden could set up for a horizontal and maybe combo out. Looks like that's not going to be the play here. And we'll see what Sowden does with the horizontal clear. All right, nicely done.
Hmm.
Just really trying not to get lapped here. Ook needing basically 2 or 4 reds here. And now we'll need one more. And there it is. So unfortunately getting lapped, but at a 5:02. What an amazing time. That might be a record.
Yeah, Ook was our previous record holder, and that is probably second hottest time according to Savage. So thank you, Savage, for being on top of that, and wonderful game playing Ook and Sowden both. But Ook is taking this round and going on to continue in his tournament. That cap percent helped. Just saying. But yeah, oh wow! And Sowden just, throwing in a swim for good measure to prove that he has what it takes here as well. So we are going to continue on with this tournament. Thank you to both players, and again, congratulations, Ook, for moving on. And this is the DrMC.
We'll be back, and I won't be because I got to go practice.
Good luck, JB.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the DrMC. I'm Savage Octagon, and I'm joined by the winner of our last match, OoktheLibrarian. Ook, this match almost didn't happen. What's going on?
Well, teenagers got a teenage. No, I guess she's 20 now, so whatever. The point is, our Gen Z, uh, she's a fun kid. It's Flubs. She's here. She's listening to us. Probably just talk smack about her. We got Ramsey on the right. We got Flubs on the left. This is our 4-5 match. It's going to be a good match. I hope. We'll see what happens.
Yep,
She Flubsed it. That's right. I forgot about that.
she whoops it. So we need readies from both players. We got a ready. Yes, but now we've got readies from both players, but no timer. So
Thank you to everybody who's been hanging out with us. We appreciate your patience. I think I see what's happening. Flubs had her timer up for a second, and then it wasn't. I don't know. We'll get there. Yeah, she informed me when I finally got through to her that she was running on her way up to get set up. So All right, we're going to see if that heart rate is going to help or not.
And just remember, folks, that I have tried very hard to state the time zone as Eastern or do that fun thing that I discovered how to do with the universal timestamp. So, watch out for that.
Yes, indeed. All right, so we definitely got readies. And we're not seeing Ramsey's timer, but I'm sure we will if it is available. And yeah, Fox percent. That is better than cat percent. I'm a little concerned with the cat percent right now. All right, so good luck to both of our players.
All right. And it is on stream now. Timer is up.
Yay! Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, and pills. Don't touch
All
your
right.
timer, Fwubs. Don't touch it.
So, like the board for Ramsey, a lot of opportunities to use just about anything that he gets. Even better than a double friendly board. Fwubs, that's a bit of a spire in the middle of her board. And yeah, I think she's going to attack it pretty well here. Also, note the quality. She is, I believe, playing on an actual NES. So that's awesome.
Fantastic. Gotta love Gen Z respecting their elders and the hardware of their elders. Now, Ramsey has been making amazing plays. He had a beautiful combo right at the top of that, and now he's just down to 2 viruses. He's not going to worry about taking that drop time. Totally fine. And he's out at 51 seconds. Outstanding.
I believe that is the fastest level 4 that we have seen tonight. And that is quite a good play there. So looking over at Fwubs' side, she is hoping for a blue-yellow.
Yes.
There it is. That's going to finish her out of this level this level at a 108.
No cap. That's outstanding. And
oh, dear. I said that out loud. Must have.
You did. Yeah, now Ramsey having a tough time with all the blue on the top of this board. And but nice combo there. He's got an opportunity for a short stack here. Oh, but no, Fwubs and the thing. So she has
But she knows
restarted.
what to do.
Yeah, she started that over, I think.
Yeah, she got back to level 5, so that's what she needed to do. Hardware difficulties will happen.
And all of the players need to just always continue playing. We do have contingency plans in place in case there's a hardware malfunction. But yeah, so Ramsey's doing pretty well here. 8 viruses left. Everything's very high up on the board. It's going to be difficult to try to get a T up there with those blues. So he's not going to try to do anything with that double blue. But just working on chopping that down in a very nice fashion there. And yeah, go ahead.
Smart play using that double blue in the pit that he had in column 3. Setting up for anything else would have been difficult. Normally you want to use those doubles higher up on the board when you've got such floaty pieces, but better to be able to get access to your viruses than to reduce your drop time.
And Fwubs is almost out. Now, was not able to tuck that double yellow in where she wanted, but that's okay. The yellows have continued to show up. She's preserving the ability to do this tuck here, which she's got. And so she just needs one more blue and she's going to be out. But Ramsey already into level 6, needs some blue help.
Yeah, Fwubs with a little bit of that pause buffering. I think I did that at the end of one of my levels. I don't remember. It's been too much game already. And not a lot of access to yellow for Ramsey right now. That is going to be, oh wow, but a nice combo to free up some yellow. He is really making good time through this level 6.
But Fwubs has really cut down on that deficit there. Only 4 viruses back now and making good combos and opening up space at the bottom of her board. So we'll see how this goes for her. Chopping down the center of the board is going to create some red garbage here, but since row 2 has a nice opportunity for a blue horizontal, could just be, oh, I don't think she saw it.
She's locked that up, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
was
that's
just
okay.
thinking the same thing. It would have given her the opportunity to make that double horizontally.
Oh, awesome combo for Ramsey. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. And then that red garbage would have dropped down and been actually useful. But yeah, considering that Flubs had to reset her system, that's really
Mm-hmm.
impressive to be caught up and pretty much just a couple of reds away from getting out of this level 6.
Yeah, outstanding. And yeah, they each need one piece. Ramsey's out at a 431 and Fwubs is out at a 429. So the timer differential is showing that Fwubs is just a hair ahead.
Yes, indeed. And good top line boards. You don't say that about anything in 6 to 9 very often, at least I don't. Um, I don't like how little yellow Fwubs is going to have here in just a second, but so far so good for her. Ramsey is not getting the pill luck that he needs. He would love a double red to get this whole combo set up. I think he's trying to figure out ways to make that happen. Gets it. Oh my gosh, Doc, that is a jerk move. But Ramsey makes a trash to treasure out of that one. That was a really, really good setup from him.
And speaking of really good setups, Fwubs has been so clean throughout this level with really good horizontal vision and getting a lot of blues that bailed her out of a bad situation. And so she's working on this horizontal here, probably with these reds, but she's not really getting much red. Finally shows up for her.
Huge combo from Ramsey there to keep it within 1. But like you said earlier, we've got that timer differential. It's about 6
Oh,
seconds.
but Fwubs, I think that just ended it there.
Well, we
Misdrop
will
on.
see. Ramsey getting some very fortuitous red blues. And yeah, I think you're right, as
Mm-hmm.
this last pill right here is going to do it for him. He's going to be out at a 613. Forbes has about 4 or 5 seconds to catch up, and she is not going to be able to do so. So it's going to be Ramsey taking game number 1. But it was a really good tight match. Oh, and Flubs gets her disappearing pills. This is an issue she said she was having with her NES. I've never seen that particular glitch, but there it is.
Wow.
Luckily,
But
game was already over.
outstanding. Flipster showing that she could keep a cool head there, and she knows her system,
Yep.
so it's good to
Flubs
see.
Flub's gonna need to buy a new Dr. Mario cartridge, I think, when she joins us in Columbus next month or in a couple of months.
Yeah, and of course, when we're referring to being all together in Columbus, we are talking about Torg Gaming Expo in, of course, Columbus, November 11th and 12th, where it's our big versus championship. We're going to have so many amazing players there, and we have a confirmed player list in our Discord. So please come join us. It's an infectious energy. You'll love it.
Bum, 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 bum.
Ew.
Sorry, that you're going for the jokes, and I'm here for it, I guess. All
Oh my
right.
gosh, I didn't even realize the infection. Oh,
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going. That's why I was
yeah.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
giving you the hook there. All right, so we got our ready from
Yeah.
Fwubs. And once we get our ready from Ramsey, we will be ready to go into game number 2.
All right. We got
And here it
readies
is.
from both players. Oh, Lord.
Just get in there, Fwubs. Start when you can, gal.
As long as she hasn't started her timer, it's okay. Ramsey can get started.
Yes.
Don't blow on it, Fwubs. That's just an urban legend.
She's
Okay,
having a bit
Ramsey
of a
hasn't
morning.
gone.
It's like 7 in the afternoon, but she's having a bit of a morning. All right,
Okay.
there we go. All right, and there's Ramsey off and starting. And Fwubs will be getting started as soon as she can.
Oh, Ramsey thinking really hard about where to put that double yellow. Ended up putting it in just the right place. Didn't make any garbage in the long term. Hope he gets this horizontal there. Nice tuck from Ramsey. Very clean so far. Wonder if he's going to go for these blues horizontally up in the side. What do you think?
I'd say that is the plan, and he's definitely setting up for it. And speaking of the plans, Fwubs has some plans for some horizontals herself, but is not getting the pills that she'd like. Definitely did not want to make that drop right there. It's going to end up at a little bit of drop time, but it's going to work out for her okay. As Ramsey, with all these setups ready to go, we've seen him really pop off with some of these. So it's going to be interesting to see if he gets the right pills.
Yeah, okay, now he's gonna get the pill that he's been waiting for so long. But now when he's dropped down on top, yeah, he did not want that double yellow there. That would have been a move that would have been really fantastic had he had another red on there. But, oh, he is not happy because he did not see clearing all those yellows coming. Now he's gonna be out at a 122. He is not
Yeah.
happy about that.
Yeah, it's stressful when you see stuff like that happening and you're just like, oh dear, what did I do? On Fwubs' side, she's setting up for a fat log and getting not what she needs for a fat log. She can afford 2 more reds and then it's just gonna be garbage pills. But there's the key piece.
Hey, log out. Very nice.
She
Now,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, Ramsey getting started here on this level 5. We'll see how he does. He's setting up for some elaborate stuff. Not sure how he's gonna do this. Lots of garbage falling down now.
Yeah, it's he's got his plan set, but unfortunately the doc is just not behaving for him. There's going to be exactly what he needs
All right,
though.
good.
And still a little bit of garbage, but it's set up as doubles. He could have just done some underclears, has chosen not to do that. I don't think that's a bad choice.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
oh, it did come back. Okay.
Okay, did come back for Fwubs.
Definitely having some hardware issues, to put it mildly. Yeah, this is a cursed machine, and that's okay. It's kind of fun to watch, I'll be honest. It's a little early for October, all the Exorcist stuff, but we might need one for whatever's going on with this machine.
And Ramsey out at a 255. Very nice recovery there. Ooh, interesting board here. Possibilities for some horizontals, and he takes one right away. Notice there's some yellows hanging tantalizingly there. I'd love to see a double yellow for him, and there it
There it
is.
is.
We see.
Yeah, perfect timing. And look at this horizontal setup that he's got. He would love a double blue or a couple of blue reds. Looks like he's just going to build this itself. Gets a great combo out of that and gets rid of the garbage. He just takes out the trash. Doesn't worry about anything else. Again, if you have a trash
Definitely.
company would like to sponsor the Dr. Mario Championships.
All business inquiries will go to. Yeah, so he's taking some drop time, but he is a level ahead of Fwubs, who was really struggling with some garbage here. She gets a T into a combo, so she's open, but she just needs enough blues to come down. And you see that she just saw her screen, knows the situation. But yeah, so she's out at a 344.
Yeah, I think she may be doing the forbidden practice of listening to chat as well. I mean, hey, it works for Adelito, so anyhow, there is Ramsey out at a 411, so that's into level number 7. He's now, like you said, about a level ahead, so we'll see just what he can put together as far as a good time.
And I think in particular for Ramsey, he tends to play better when there's a little bit less pressure on. So I think that this is going to be good. We're going to see some good times from him.
Yeah, join the club. So anyway,
And
Fwub's getting some good play into this level. You gotta wonder how much better her play would be if she hadn't been so distracted by all the things.
all the
But,
things.
hey, what's life in college if you don't forget about a couple of appointments?
Really interesting setups for Ramsey here. You saw he was really working on hoping that horizontal blue came out, and there's quite a bit of garbage set up, but he does have that yellow horizontal. Things will fall nicely, but again, still garbage that he's going to have to work with. So things are going to have to fall into place pretty favorably in terms of RNG.
Yeah, meanwhile, Fwubs is just struggling with this last blue. It was she covered it up with every color but blue. Had some setups ready to go ahead of time. Didn't get it out of there, so she's out at a 519 and is into level 7. So she will end up on the same level as Ramsey, but it's almost certain to be too little, too late.
Mm-hmm.
And
But yeah, Ramsey not getting all of the red he needs right now, and I think I would have prioritized putting that red blue in the center, clearing out that space. I think anytime you can open up a virus of a different color, it's a good thing. And now he is very reliant on anything red, and now he just needs a couple more blues, and he's going to be out at a 614. So he has taken the match, and he is going to move on to the semifinals versus you, the librarian. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, he's the player I was prepared for, but would have been unsurprised to see anybody out here. But yeah, that cursed NES stuff for Fwubs. GG's to Fwubs. Thanks for coming back in. You are now eligible for our end of year tournament, which will be held at the normal times. So stick around. We're going to have another great match coming up for you here in just a second. You're watching the silver bracket of the DrMC Championships. And welcome back to the silver bracket of our monthly tournament. I am OoktheLibrarian. Joining me again is Savage Octagon. And Savage, you know what? We've had a bunch of first-time meetings. We've got an old faithful here. This is Dave Smith versus JB Henry, and this is not the first time these two have seen each other in tournament play.
No, this is the third time they've met, actually, but not for a very, very long time. They haven't seen each other since September of 2020, which that was our first year, and they were just waiting in the wings for us to show up, right? We showed up in October of 2020. And so Dave Smith is a player that everyone in this bracket was afraid of. For sure. He is
including
currently
JB, who told us.
Yeah, who told us as much. He is one of the players, along with yourself, who is currently eligible for gold bracket year-end eligibility. And before you came around and set that number 2 hot time for 4 to 7, he had it. So he's in the 3rd slot there. JB also just set a hot time down the standing. So these two, this should be a great match.
Yes, indeed. And for big thank you to Puzzle Speedrun for the raid, as well as for the gift subs from other folks earlier. As we get started on this, we are in round 2 of our monthly silver bracket. You are watching levels 4 through 7. These players are doing this in a best of 3. Winner will be going on to face our number 2 seed Nesdonk here in just a little bit. But I like JB's board and I hate JB's board. Actually, looking at Dave's, I feel the same way about his as well.
Yeah, both very spired, both very vertical, but actually Dave's all good to go. Look at this. Needs one more blue and he'll be out. If he gets the blue right now, yeah, this is going to be the fastest level 4 that we've seen tonight. Outstanding.
Yeah, and considering we just said that a minute ago with Ramsey, that's really saying something. As Dave got what I would assume was a missed drop. Yeah. And kind of doubled down on it, finishing out the full set as JB joins him in level 5. Interesting choice to play it the way he did, but that's going to be kind of a refrain with Dave Smith most of the time when you're watching him play.
Yeah, there's a lot of times when you're going to say, oh, did he mean to do that? And the answer is yes. Yes, he did. And you'll see why in a little bit. So JB's time was also excellent for this level block. He was out at about a 106, and we haven't seen many times that hot. But he's at about a 7 virus deficit right now. His bottom row entirely locked up, so he's going to have to make sure really carefully to not ruin horizontal opportunities, not stack stuff up too high, but it looks like he has that in control. Nice horizontal at the bottom of the board.
Meanwhile, Dave Smith is literally just moments away from having a sub 2 out of both these levels. It's a 204. A double red blitz would have just sailed him right through. But JB, like you said, is set up at the bottom of his board, but he's got that extra bit on top of this blue here. It's going to slow him down a bit as Dave gets crack-a-lacking right into this level 6.
I would have
don't
really
know.
liked I would have really liked to see JB have placed that red blue somewhere else to set up for more of that horizontal at the bottom, knowing how rare blue is, but he's going to be out at a 237 again. He's about 10 viruses back from Dave Smith right now, who has a little bit of a funnel situation. I'm not loving how much red is on the board, Ook.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gross one. Is getting his swims in.
Oh, they're
That's
so
a very
good.
difficult swim to make. The first one made sense. The second one, either it's really hard or it's just backwards from the way I usually swim. Gotta wonder if he's thinking D-sandwich on either the blues or the reds at the bottom. They're both set up in a double position. So gonna be curious to see what Dave Smith is thinking here. Has reds already on tap, so I would imagine he's thinking about a blue sweet tea followed by a red double. We'll just kind of keep an eye on that and see what materializes.
And on JB's side, there's a lot of red blue working up there, and you see column 1 needs to bring down that garbage, is able to do that. But yeah, he just needs to manage to work around the fact that he's maybe not going to get as much red as he wants. Although, hey, commentator's blessing, gets some and is able to clear out column 1 in the most efficient way possible. But Dave Smith out at a 356. Woo!
Yeah, he had a drop sweet tea that just set it down, and that was real nice. Dave Smith looking to see if he can't take that number 2 or even the number 1 hot time back. Certainly in a good position to be working towards that. As JB also playing really well. Both these players into level 7 at a good time. This is a good clip for just this level block.
Yeah, and JB getting fantastic RNG here to start the level and using the pills really well, making sure that he's prioritizing the sides when he throws away garbage is always a good move. And so, yeah, JB has really cut this down. Only a 5 virus gap. And so this is looking really great, especially Dave's right-hand side looking very tough at the moment because of how high up everything is.
Yeah, you got to think he's looking for ways to kind of share the drop time there. That's going to save him a couple of pills worth of drop time. He's also trying to make sure that he's got access to yellow so that he's not wasting anything. But now it's just blue. He needs blue if he wants to get out of this. But looking at JB's side, he really just needs yellow in the same way. So Dave is 4 blues away from finishing this out. There's 1, there's 2,
Oh my gosh.
and JB just down to needing yellows. It's a question of RNG at this point. It's going to go to Dave Smith at a 539, but JB very close behind him, just needing 4 more yellows and going to get a double. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah. And
Oh,
that last tuck, yeah. I was going to say he would have had a time that was good enough for the hot times before this evening, but he's out at a 6:02. Very good pace for JB, but Dave Smith takes game 1.
yeah, and that is the first time Dave has won a crown against JB, as JB actually took both matches 2-0 back in May and September of 2020. So, yeah, this is some new territory, but yeah, it's just great to see 2 stalwarts of the community duking it out.
All right, we've got a ready from Dave. We just need a ready from JB.
Yes, indeed. We've got the ready in the chat. We got his timer reset. We got both players looking to do this. Dave Smith with a win will take on Nesdonk. JB with a win will force a decider. Let's see it happen.
Man, and we got that hype train going. So thank you very much for everyone who contributed to that.
Woohoo!
And
A lot
we
of
got
gift
ready.
subs and resubs going.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, pills.
All right. Staircases. Why has it got to be staircases? So Dave makes some really good plays. He says, I don't see any staircase. Do you? And JB is, look at how little red is sitting on this board. That could be just awful for him. But so far it hasn't caused any problems, as he wants to make sure that everything is set up the way he wants. But so far it is pretty much all tied up. Both players playing their hearts out.
And yeah, so Dave in a little bit of a rough spot with those blues in the center of the board. You know, he did have the opportunity to maybe take that blue out horizontally that's hanging out between those reds, but it would have needed to rely on a double blue, which you just can never do in this game, she says, as a double blue shows up. But
Yes,
yeah,
yep.
yeah, Dave is just going to need blue and red for the rest of this game and try to avoid drop time.
She says, as all the drop time happens. But yeah, it's been a little bit of a slow finish here, as JB gets one blue and he is out of level 4 to 118. He's going to be out of there first. Dave going to get a very fortuitous double red though, and one more red will do it. One more red, Doc, out at a 129. So definitely not the times either one of these players is really looking for. They're, you're kind of hoping for that minute, sub-minute somewhere in there. JB dropping that red, yellow on top did not want to do that. But he doesn't have anything to do with yellow, and the doc seems to think that that's all he needs is yellow in every pill. Unfortunately for him. And Dave Smith getting his way through this one, but it's also not as quick as he would like. And that right-hand side, again, is stacked super high, Savage.
Yeah, and that's going to be pretty difficult for him. Now, JB finally out of the space where he was only getting red, yellow. And that's that's a very good thing, but he's looking at some drop time there. Now, Dave is really hoping that a red yellow comes along that he can start to take down that left-hand side. He gets it. Very nice. Followed by that double blue. Super helpful. And gets this yellow he can use horizontally. He is going to build up vertically and probably, he just did the opposite of what I thought he was going to do. So go ahead. Take it away, Ook.
I mean, isn't that what they always do?
Yeah, it is. It really is.
But yeah, I mean, these two are knocking it out as best they can. But so far, the doctor's not cooperating very well. As JB holding on to, well, no, I'm sorry, it's Dave now holding on to the lead. I look away for a split second, and there, all of a sudden, the lead has changed. But yeah, JB putting together a really nice end game here. It's good and clean. But every pill that he's having to wait is another one that's going to give Dave Smith a little bit more time.
For sure. And I'm wondering why JB wasn't tucking a little bit sooner down with that yellow, but it didn't matter in the end because he got the order that would have been good here. Now, Dave with 14 viruses left to go on level 6, half a level ahead. Gonna end up with a bit of a tough situation here towards the bottom of the board, just not quite getting what he wants, but a nice short stack there. Opportunity to have a pretty nice horizontal building.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I had the same thought. And, I think Dave wants to handle this yellow horizontally. Not sure how and when, because, okay.
Oh, wow.
So,
This is going to be elaborate. All right. Let's
yep,
go.
yes, it will.
Yep. And yeah, working on that
Sometimes
blue.
Sometimes all you can do is just sit back and watch the Dave at work, as he is out at a 435.
Mm-hmm. And
So
JB is going to be working on this board, and it's just unfortunate. We would love to see the red horizontal opportunity, and if he was going to go for that, he should have put that red blue the other way in the center of that board to build a platform for those reds. But it didn't really matter in the end, because he's got that garbage on column 2. It's going to be a little bit tough. So we'll see where this goes, but he needs red, yellow. He needs it quick as Dave into level 7.
yeah, the doc said, "Oh, you guys were thinking about getting hot times." No,
Yeah, no.
no. He said you will not get hot times today. As JB with another bit of a misdrop. He did get a double red or double yellow shortly thereafter that was able to free up what he's had going on at the top of his board. So he's not going to be in too bad a position, but it is going to be all Dave Smith here as he is cruising into the end of this level 7, almost has everything free and clear. Yeah, just in a really good position is Dave Smith.
Yeah. And JB out at a 550. And Dave it doesn't even have to do anything particularly fancy here for this end game. Just can drop down. You notice him tucking under that blue, so he takes a little bit less drop time, but very nice. He is going to be setting up for that swaggy T drop, it looks like, or cross drop rather. Let's see what he does.
Just because it doesn't have to be swaggy.
I know. There we go. He's going to get it. T out at a 620. So Dave Smith is going to be moving on to the semifinals.
Yeah, he'll be facing Nesdonk, our number 2 seed. But yeah, we get the towel from JB. So GG's to both these players.
Well, we don't actually know that he's going to face Nesdonk, the number 2 seed,
Is there
because
another?
there's another match where he's going to be facing MadTown, the number 7 seed.
I'm an entire round ahead. My apologies. He'll be facing the winner of Nesdonk versus MadTown. My apologies to all players involved.
Well, we will bring you that match in a couple of minutes, so stick around. This is the DrMC.
Welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championship. JB Henry here, gracefully taking the loss against DaveSmithSays. Great game, man. And we're going to go on to our final match here in the second round. It's going to be, but I should have this information in front of me. It's going to be our 7th-seeded MadTown versus Nesdonk. Savage almost got me in our stream information chat, but no, it is MadTown versus Nesdonk. I'm joined once again by Betty. Betty, we're ready to round out round 2, and then off to the semifinals we go.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining me in the booth again, and looking forward to this match. Nesdonk did get a bye for his first match, so we are seeing him for the first time in this tournament. But MadTown playing some awesome matches before, so looking to bring that heat again into this match.
And it is 2:30 a.m. In Nesdonk land, which I believe is out in somewhere in Europe. So another international match here. Again, more international players, the better. We're sorry we have these weird schedules for y'all. We do appreciate y'all here in Finland, I'm being told by Ook. We have a symbol on the board, but it looks like that's off, and we're just waiting on readies, and we have them. So it is time for 3, 2, I jumped the gun. 3,
there it goes.
2, 1, and pills. Level 4 to 7 rounding this out.
We get 2 countdowns for the price of 1. That was amazing. So, and now they are off, and we are within mere seconds of each other. So that is what we like to see. Yeah, and these boards, a huge chasm in the middle of Nesdonk's board, and don't really always like seeing those, but we'll see what they do.
Especially in this situation, because there's just so little options. Like, you're with the double blue laying out there, covering those double yellows, that really makes your decision making just near impossible and difficult. And Nesdonk opting to go clearing underneath. But you see here, Nesdonk really hoping for a double blue, but really making the most of this board. Already down to 12. But MadTown also rocking a board. He's down to 12. He's playing a little bit messier of a board, but still, that's just because he's been needing blue and is only now finally getting it.
Yeah, and so on Nestonk's side, I saw them set up something that I thought was actually a misplay, but they were really going for the fat log, which we appreciate in this community. So get those fat log emotes in chat, Flindo. But yes, we love to see it, and they are down to this last red out at a 113.
Yeah, and MadTown here is big pain point's going to be that bottommost yellow virus. It's going to be really hard to make any plays on it, especially with that red garbage dropping down. Really going to be forced to try to clear garbage around and access that yellow. We'll see what he decides to do here. And I think playing that double red where he did was a very smart play. Although I don't know about that double yellow, but I do see now he does have it free and clear. Just needs to get that red garbage out of the way. And he'll be out at a 148. Looking at Nesdonk, though, Nesdonk already cruising down to 12, but rocking a real big island, and it's almost all yellow, and he's only now just getting yellow.
Yeah, Nesdonk is not our second seed for no reason. Definitely does play really fast, and we've seen them in multiple tournaments now, and always kind of keeping it a close match. So definitely seeing his higher level play and that tournament experience is really doing him wonders.
Nesdonk making a last-second decision there, and I think it's a smart one, going for that underclear on the yellow. Either he gets the underclear or reduces drop time. Had some unfortunate garbage clear, and I know how frustrating that can be, especially when you're on your last virus, really just looking to get out of the level, and now more times getting eaten up by drops and clears. But out at a 237, Betty.
Yeah, and that rash of bad RNG, or the RNG that he did not need, did give MadTown a little time to catch up here, but it is still, 10 viruses left on this level 5 in order to catch up. But wonderful clears, almost no or access to everything that he needs, no trash, a little bit of drop time here, but just needing a few more yellows to finish this level.
And some fortuitous RNG, as that red cluster really was looking to plug up his board, but got a nice sequence of red. Now just needing one final yellow. MadTown going to be out at a 317, but again, Nesdonk seems to be about a level ahead constantly here.
Mm-hmm. And I really do like seeing what Nesdonk is putting together. It looks like he's trying to clear that little bit of trash that would have happened if he cleared this yellow. And well, decided not to take that. He might be trying to take that last because, again, he has lots of stuff he can do around. I love the plays that he did because, again, limiting that drop time does mean speed. And so Nesdonk making some fantastic plays.
That was an excellent transition into a bracket clear. Now Nesdonk hoping for the one kill he
Wow.
needs and gets it out at a 357. Really
Beautiful.
gunning through this here in this final round 2 match. Meanwhile, MadTown here is setting up some blues very nicely with that horizontal clear. Really well done there. Just a bit of a mess on that left side, but very easy to fix here with just the right RNG, and starts cutting it down there, down to 8 viruses. But Nesdonk is really pulling ahead here.
Yeah, but MadTown is definitely seeing, plays where it's going to cause drop time. I'm going to choose to forgo clearing it for
No.
and a little bit of a misplay there, but again, not too bad. Can build up to the under clear on there, but yeah, when you're already playing behind, that is something that you don't want to happen, and I'm sure that was not intended on their
I don't
end.
know what you're talking about. I've never had a drop like that where I've dropped the wrong color on top. I
Yeah,
believe it all happened today. But out at a 457, so he is going to get into 7. No lapping here. And Nesdonk's got a bit of a challenging board. Stacked up very high for a 7. Really needing some sort of blue help on that left side or some sort of yellow to help him out. Looks like, he gets it with that very clutch rotation there. Down to 12. MadTown at 29 here, but really making some good swim moves. Looks like he's got another opportunity to get 4 off the board. So really making some quick catch-up plays here. And we're seeing some really, really good play here from MadTown.
Yeah, these players are not just are not silver because they lack ability. These players are silver because everybody is getting so darn good in this community, and so it is like that play that Nesdonk made at the top of their board. I would not have felt comfortable playing. So I love seeing all of the plays that everybody brings to the table, and Nesdonk looks like this yellow is going to finish it out at a 559. And so definitely taking this first crown, but fantastic playing all around, as Sowden is just a few viruses away themselves.
MadTown just looking to finish us out. Might have just tried to drop the red garbage down to really be efficient, but I think he's calling it here.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he is. Okay. So 1-0 here. And remember, all of our matches in our silver bracket are best of 3. So we can get through this a little quicker. We don't have 2 days like we normally do for the gold bracket. So we are going to get right into our second game. Nesdonk looking to punch his ticket to the semifinals. MadTown looking to keep alive here.
Yeah, MadTown shifting from fever to chill again, maybe bringing too much fire to that match. And but we have our readies, we have our countdown in 3, 2, 1, and pills. And MadTown out of the gate first, but Nesdonk right behind.
And interesting boards here for both players. Nesdonk, or excuse me, MadTown's going to have to get a little creative with his vitamin placement, and that was a really nice slide there. And you can on high speed, that's super risky. So really well done there. Nesdonk, meanwhile, playing a blue heavy board, may have to make a decision here, Betty, on whether he's going to want some drop time with a blue, but gets the double blue he needs. Very, very clutch play there.
Mm-hmm. And seeing that horizontal too was really amazing to kind of clear that level, or that column 1 that was going to be a little bit of columned, or needing to have some drop clear. So good on Nesdonk for seeing that forward thinking play. And on MadTown's side, just needing a lot of red, and I really like that play on clearing that red first to get down to the yellow and blue that is still on the board. But again, just needing some red, and hopefully the doc will give that to him.
And I really like this decision to go for that topmost red, reducing the drop time, leaving that red in the chasm out on its own. He's holding on to a lead here, but Nesdonk is now down to 2, just needing to stack up to get that last blue, needing one final blue. But MadTown out first at a 123, but at a 124 is Nesdonk. These players neck and neck going into 5.
Yeah, and it looks like MadTown has a spectator in his very own house, and maybe the future of Dr. Mario. Let's get them playing as well. But he's definitely he's definitely showing what it means to play this game fast, and yeah, like kind of swagging out for his spectator.
Yeah, both players really needing a lot of yellow help, especially MadTown here, and he's dropping things straight down, going for this horizontal on row 3. I think that's the play, and then clearing out blue. So blue not necessary at this point. You can get a little bit creative, and I think that column 1 is easily going to be a double clear. The big problem I'm seeing, Betty, is that red virus in column 8 underneath the red, or underneath the yellow rather. That's going to be a bit of a tough play.
But again, making a really good good setup in order to clear that yellow first to get that access to the red, because you don't know what pills are coming. And out at a 230, definitely showing that the seeds are one thing, but he's a good player, and he's making the great plays that is needed to win this match.
MadTown kind of has that same thing that Packy does. After a loss, just kind of turns it up and really gets things going. And we're definitely seeing that on display. But these players now neck and neck, and both players kind of hesitating, having to make some tough decisions here. I think clearing out the line of yellow garbage was the right play for Nesdonk. And we're seeing MadTown setting up for a lot of combinations, a lot of combos, really give himself a lot of options here. Setting things up too, and maybe letting them go for a little bit. Always a smart play, because you never know what options you're going to have in front of you. Nesdonk showing that off as well by not clearing that topmost yellow, was able to tuck a double yellow in, and it is now 19-14, slight favor of MadTown right now.
Yeah, I really hope he sets up for this. He decides to set up for the straightforward clear, which, as we know from a lot of our players, they're not always the, you don't need to go complex in order to actually play this quickly, and that is what we're seeing. And MadTown needing a little bit of blue probably could have taken some of those blues together, but as long as the blues keep coming, it won't be an issue. On Nesdonk's side, lots of yellow. I hope we see this under clear. Oh, beautiful. And that's just going to drop down and have that red virus be cleared as soon as he takes it, like this. But MadTown out first.
MadTown out at a time not found. Nesdonk really was just having to make some decisions on this end game. There was just so much on the bottom of that board. It was really hard to really commit to anything. But really making things work here. Just needing a couple of each color and making the smart play, getting the red set up, just needing the final red, and there it is out at a 428. But it's going to be 12 virus advantage right now for MadTown in the final level.
Mm-hmm. And I like some of the setup that MadTown is actually, that wonderful horizontal. Again, seeing those horizontal plays that take a lot of forward thinking. I've been loving watching what MadTown is bringing to this match. And it definitely is showing it, as they have over a 9 virus lead here.
Absolutely, but Nesdonk looking to march back here, getting some clears, needing some yellow help desperately here. Pretty much yellow all over that top line, shrouding a lot of very easy plays. Taking a look here, going for that red. I think that's the smart play, and just kind of trying to fan out, making this level a little bit more free. I like this, going for the triple down to 13, trying to get this thing close here, Betty.
Yeah, but MadTown also on his end, not throwing it away, really making some good platforms in order to have access to all of the viruses that he needs. And look at this, setting up for that yellow clear horizontally maybe. And this is a match, folks. This is a match.
It absolutely is, and it's going to be Nesdonk here trying to pull this comeback. He might get it. He's going to do it. What a great storm there.
Wow.
MadTown handcuffed by that blue on the top of the board, and Nesdonk pulls out the victory after being behind for most of that second game.
Wow.
Takes his second crown and the match.
Fantastic on both accounts. MadTown has nothing to be ashamed of. That was a little bit of RNG, just taking that time away from you. But GG's all around. Nesdonk, we will be seeing you later on in this tournament.
Nesdonk was saying, I hope I lose because it's so late out in Finland, but looks like it's going to be a semifinal appearance here for Nesdonk, and he'll get a little bit of break as he'll be our second semifinal. We've got our first semifinal coming up. Taking a look at the bracket here. Oh. Okay, thank you, Dave. We're actually going to have Nesdonk go immediately next. So our semifinal, taking a look at the bracket here, will be, if we can pop that up on the screen. We've got, it'll be Nesdonk versus DaveSmithSays, and then following that, Ook versus Ramsey. We will be right back for that semifinal. This is the Dr. Mario Championship. And welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championship. As I said, we're getting right into our next semifinal in the interest of the schedule of one of our players here. So Nesdonk will be immediately playing semifinal. This is levels 6 through 9 on the board. Do disregard what's on the bottom of your screen. We will get that fixed, but we will be getting things going here. This is the second meeting between these two players, Betty. And currently in this series, it's Dave 1-0.
This will be definitely a good match. They met in the semis last time on May of 2022, if my memory serves me. And so this has been more than a year, but let's see if Nesdonk has been working hard enough to take down DSS this time.
Nesdonk had a great showing at just edging out MadTown to get here. And remember, this is still best of 2, but levels 6 through 9. Players shooting for right around a 6.5, 6 minute. That's a really good time. Anything below that is gravy. We've got ready, so 3, 2, 1, and let's start the semifinals here in this silver bracket of 2023.
Yeah, and this is actually our first level bracket that actually mimics the level brackets we play in gold. So we do have a lot of hot times set by people that are not currently in this tournament. So I'm looking forward to seeing some great levels by both players.
And Dave with a bit of a misplay to start things off. He's going to have, I think he's going to be trying to shoot for clearing out the garbage. And if you've ever seen Dave Smith play, he's a big combo player and is very good at fixing mistakes with big combos. And we see it on display there, Betty. It's a slight lead here for DaveSmithSays here as we're about 40 seconds in.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure that that was actually a misplay on Dave Smith. He does typically play those kind of combo plays and set up for them. So I'm not necessarily sure that was a misplay, but again, did make some fantastic work out of that. And Nesdonk making a lot of double setups. So just needing the pills to kind of go in their favor also with this, and slowly getting it. But again, making the setups is one thing, but the doctor has to give you those pills as well.
With Dave Smith getting out at a minute 16. The other problem is this just that there was a huge blue blockade along that top left corner. Really made it difficult to take any plays, and you see that as depicted by that just giant pile of garbage pills over on the right side of Nesdonk's board. It's always frustrating to get to that point, but we're really seeing some good play here, and I love this slide combo.
Beautiful.
Nicely done by Nesdonk. He's at 6 viruses, and Dave Smith starting to get things set up, and he's going to get a big sweet tea, really opening up the board on that right side.
Mm-hmm. And Nesdonk again choosing wisely to take that those lower reds first to limit drop time and then out. And so trying to get back into this thing.
We're at the 2-minute mark and taking a look at the board as we see a nice clear there by Dave Smith to open up the center of his board. It is 13 viruses for Dave Smith, 28 on level 7 for both of these players. And Nesdonk is in a bit of a pickle here, but has a really nice setup if he could get a double red, which is what I think he's eyeballing.
Yeah, and so Nesdonk actually showing us the unintended consequence of having trash on your board is just the having to think through every pill instead of having that ease of I know exactly where this goes. And so sometimes it's so hard to get back when you have trash all over your top line like that. But
yeah,
and continuing to make great plays and continuing to try and hack this 7 down.
He's really struggling, and especially having just a giant pile of garbage right down the middle of your board really makes your decision making difficult. You've really got to just play off of halves of pills rather than off entire pills. But we're seeing Nesdonk here. Looks like he's setting up for a monster combo on that right side, looking for that double red again. We'll see if he gets it. And actually, gets that nice L and starts clearing up the middle of that board. It does force him to play that double red if he wants to progress on that right side. Meanwhile, Dave Smith already at level 8, about 3.5 minutes in, and he's going to get a nice just couple of quick sequential combos. And currently at 24 viruses, Nesdonk trying to play out of this, but he's really tied up on the bottom of that left side, Betty.
Yeah, but I can see how Nesdonk can get out of this. But again, it's the plays that you have to do that take a while for setting up that he just doesn't have the time for right now. On Dave Smith's side, it's the hot dog story, as we like to call it, just needing all reds and all yellows and getting a wonderful drop clear here. Also setting up a red on the column 2 that he needs, and beautiful play by Dave Smith.
And I'm counting here, and it's got to be at least 25 consecutive pills to where Nesdonk has not gotten a red. Just incredibly frustrating RNG from the doctor here. And again, he's needing red to make any sort of progress, and he's just not getting it.
Yeah, that I've been watching that too, because I'm just in awe of how many pills he just cannot do anything with. It was just awful to see. On Dave's side, though, you get him down to just one yellow virus here into the last level as Nesdonk gets into his level 8 at a 450.
And you can kind of see just by the look of it, and also you have to take in mind it is like 3:30 in the morning out where Nesdonk is playing, and fatigue's got to be a factor as well, and also just coming out of a match, you really don't have that time to take a break as you normally do in the bracket, but he's making the most of the situation here. Dave Smith is chugging through this. Dave Smith's all-time PB looks to be a 5:52 here. Doesn't look like he's going to quite get that, but he's going to post a strong time here. But he is going to need some red help. Maybe an opportunity for Nesdonk to make some progress.
Mm-hmm. And Dave has definitely been making some unique and Dave-esque plays, if I guess that's a verb now. And so
I'm sure he'll be thrilled.
Sure. Yes. And you know what? If these were the same level, Nesdonk is really kind of putting the pedal to the metal and trying to, get this level over and done with. And Dave is kind of having a what do you call that? A chunky board where it's all in one. Oh, beautiful play to take out like a handful of viruses all at once. What a Dave play.
And we're seeing Nesdonk against both these players kind of struggling through their levels here. Nesdonk really just now he's not getting the blues he needs, and just incredibly frustrating RNG. But is making the most of it, getting that double blue off the board, and now kind of having to hesitate, make a decision. And that's really what it comes down to. Is we see another bracket clear. That's nice, and may have laid that flat. But Dave has put this one away out at a 640. He takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, this is not the RNG that we want to see to have a close battle. But Nesdonk, again, not going to probably finish this, even though that double blue would have helped. But yeah, that's frustrating. And so, clear it out, start anew, and bring back that same good playing into this next match, hopefully with better RNG. And we're looking for readies for our players.
That was some absolutely brutal RNG from Nesdonk. Like that again, that was about 25 consecutive non-red pills that he got, and when he needed to clear out red, just absolutely frustrating. We've got readies. We're going 3, 2, 1 pills. Dave Smith looking to punch his ticket to the finals. Nesdonk looking to stay alive here. Great board for Nesdonk and a great opening salvo as well. Going to go after the red yellows on the left and now, or excuse me, on the right and now on the left. And might be a little bit handcuffed for yellow, but we'll see what he decides to do here.
Yeah, and Nesdonk setting up for a horizontal yellow there, which is nice, causing a little bit of yellow trash to be in that column 7. But again, it might not be yeah, look at this. If he takes everything horizontally, which he has access to take this blue horizontal, it's not going to be in the way until maybe when he gets the pills to do something about it. So really good playing by Nesdonk.
Very clean board by Nesdonk. Meanwhile, Dave down to 13 here. A little bit stymied in that lower right corner. We'll see what he decides to do. He's also got a big column of something he's got to deal with, and he's going to get this double stack. And off he goes here. 7 viruses to 10. Nesdonk needing more blue and really starting to set things up. And I think I see a horizontal clear in his future.
And this is what
side.
we need to do it.
Sweet tea to another clear. Excellently done. That puts him down to 3, puts him right back in this. He is down to 2, and I think he's going to go horizontally on this red in row 2. Dave out first at a minute 18. Can we get some red? We certainly can, and Nesdonk right behind, a minute 27. These players still holding it very close going into 7.
And now look at what Dave Smith is setting up. I thought he was setting up for the reds horizontally, decided because of the pills to not do that, and I think that was the wise decision, but still setting up some great horizontals into setups further down the board. So DSS playing some really forward thinking, and as he does. So.
Meanwhile, Nesdonk here had a little bit of a problem, got it taken care of. Looks like he's handcuffed by blue-red towards the middle of the board here. Not a lot of yellow options, so I think the smart play here, tucking these 2 double yellows underneath, maybe trying to get something to open up. This is the play. Drill it down, clear it out.
Wow.
Off we go, and then a double down to 16 here, keeping things competitive with Dave Smith, who's currently rocking 13.
Dave just like literally not wanting to waste any pill halves. Everything that could be, just like a throwaway to make a quick play, he takes the time and makes use of every single pill half that the doctor is giving him, and that just is allowing him to continue to be in the lead in this match.
And a nice drill down combo puts him at 4. Nesdonk at 9 here. Going for the lightning rod. I'm surprised he didn't drop that first red blue down, or maybe get himself a little bit of a horizontal combo. Dave Smith out at a 249. Nesdonk down to 4 and going to tuck down for 3. Really has good plays everywhere, although, oh nope, that's a great play. Good comboing down. Going to have to be careful choosing to go vertically on that last red. I think that's the play, even though it might have been tempting to go horizontal. Out at a 308. He is just 7 viruses behind as we go into 8.
Oh man, and Dave is just again setting up doubles after doubles. He doesn't want to just take a single clear. That's not a Dave clear. So definitely setting up a ton and just needing some red blue all around. But the doctor is giving him little droplets of it.
Nesdonk, meanwhile, trying to open up the left side of his board. May have misflipped that blue-red down in column 7 and 8. We'll see what he decides to do with that. And looks like he's going to open up. No, I thought I might have gone for column 1 there. He goes for column 2. Maybe just trying to get a little bit of color diversity and make every pill half more efficient. And I like this laydown. Excellent play getting that horizontal.
Mm-hmm. Still not quite sure what he's going to be doing in terms of yellows. Hopefully seeing that he can make some underclears, but decides not to do it. Goes for the easier play. But Dave just within, going for the swaggy out. He's trying for this cross clear. He's going to get it with a few more reds if the doctor gives it to him. And here it is, out at a 422 into this level 9.
Nesdonk has a scattered board here, really doesn't have any double opportunities, but making efficient plays here, trying to get some stuff going. I think he's going to hold on to that yellow last up in column 3, and that does look like what he's doing. Just now getting that friendly RNG, just needing a total of 6 yellows, and he can be out of here. And 1 yellow is out, and double yellow. Good call. It's tempting to go for the clear up top, but I think he makes the right call here just south of 5 minutes. He is down by 12, but Dave Smith in a bit of a pickle. And as I say that...
Yeah, Dave Smith opting to, leave those blues around, seeing that if he clears the reds horizontally, he does have use for those blue pills. And, that is something that is nice to look for. Don't just clear it because it's trash currently. You can always have a use for it later on, given appropriate pills, and that's what Dave's doing.
Nesdonk dropping that double yellow into column 4. I think maybe trying to tuck it over and the pill just locked in. Sometimes that just happens and all you can do is scream internally. But he's down to 22, down to 10 here for Dave Smith. I think he wanted that double blue, didn't quite get it. And is going to have to make some interesting calls here, getting that garbage cleared out. Right play, I think, and now going for the yellows, just going to drop things down, hoping for maybe a double red. And looks like Dave is going to clear out the garbage. That's the decision there, the right one, I think. And now down just to 3 viruses and not getting the double red. So just taking that red out, under clearing, reducing drop time. Under clearing, going to get some drop time, but it's not going to matter. Dave Smith's going to take the sweep here at a 621.
Which is a great, fantastic time, even in gold brackets. So great job to Dave Smith. And, again, Nesdonk, needing to get these pills and just the doc not giving it to him. So little shake of the head, decides not to finish. And but hopefully this is not the last we see of Nesdonk, as always a fantastic player and a great competitor.
And he did well, but Dave Smith punching his ticket to the finals. We'll find out who he's facing on the other side of this break, as our bracket says that we are going to have Ramsey versus Ook coming up right after this break. This is the Dr. Mario Championship. Welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championship. JB Henry, I'll be joined by Savage Octagon in just a minute. Be sure to join us in our Discord. We have a link right now in our chat. You can learn from the best and get into these tournaments while we're winding down to the end of our season. We're going to have a fun thing in October, and I want to mention this. Everybody who qualifies, for every person who qualifies, it'll be $1 to Extra Life to benefit Dornbecker Children's Hospital out in Portland, Oregon. So even if you don't think you're going to do well, come do a qualifier and let's raise some money for charity. But right now, one of these two looking to raise the roof, OoktheLibrarian and Ramseyfox. These two players both very, very good. Tell us more about them. I almost called you Samus. Savage. That's your name. Savage.
We're just getting names messed up all over the place today. But, you know, I'd be happy to be classified in such a badass position as Samus is. So Ook and Ramsey have been around a long time, and this is actually their first meeting ever. So they've each been silver champions. Ramsey is a 3-time silver champion. Ook a 1-time silver champion. But that's because he's been playing gold and tearing it up recently. So he is pretty highly ranked in the gold bracket. So I think this is going to be an exciting match. And again, Ramsey's really been turning it on as the rounds have gone on and getting a little bit attacked by more and more foxes.
And I was definitely motivated to try to plow through this tournament so I could face Ramsey again in the finals, but it wasn't to be. But Ook and Ramsey, looking forward to this one. These are both fantastic players. Yeah, we are raising money for Dornbecker Children's Hospital, part of my own personal Extra Life campaign. So come in and do a qualifier, even if you end up on level 10 with 3 viruses. Come on in and give it a shot. We have a ready from Ook. I think we're just waiting on a ready from Ramsey, and there we go. So the DrMC bot.
It's going to count us down. 3, 2, 1, and pill.
Off we go. Levels 6 to 9 here. Best of 3. And both players have interesting boards. Already kind of a split board for Ramsey. Getting some very important red help and trying to open himself up to some blue. Meanwhile, Ook is really just trying to open up something. Look like he's going to try to open up that left side of the board first. And that's what he does. A lot of blue kind of sandwich there to really give him any access to that bottom right corner, Savage.
Yeah, both of them are dealing with blues on the right-hand side that are going to lock things up for later. For Ramsey's side, I think I would have preferred that he tucked that blue-yellow actually in columns 5 and 6 because it would open up more of that space. Right now, he's kind of having to throw away anything that's going to cause that drop time. So that's kind of causing him a little bit of trouble. Ook is navigating it a little bit more strongly, but is still going to have to take some drop time on the left. And by the left, I mean the right.
and Ramsey's been making some very smart slides, trying to get things set up, and now trying to get access to the bottom of that board. Might not be where I'd focus, but he does get that red in row 2, down to 5 viruses. Ook down to 6, dealing with a bit of a struggle on that column 8, but getting those yellows out, getting everything access. Now free and clear. Really good situation here as Ook needing a yellow, Ramsey needing 2 blues. Ramsey's going to get out first at a minute 24, but Ook right behind at a minute 25. This is what we like seeing in the semifinals.
It really is. And it came down to just getting that last pill at the same time. So these two basically dead heat. And their board's looking a little bit more friendly, although the shapes I like, the diversity I don't like so much for them. So that's a little bit challenging. Ramsey cleaning out that garbage horizontally, looking good, but needs a lot of red and yellow help.
And was needing help for blue earlier and not quite getting it, and has everything really tucked in here. Really just needed to start addressing that right side, but needs yellow to do it. It's almost exclusively yellow on that top line. Meanwhile, looking at Ook's board, Ook is rocking blue on that left-hand top line, setting up for a big combo here. Also going to get set up for a double red. I like this. He's going to drop that down. Ooh, almost locked in a little early, but he got that tuck. It's 8 to 20 here as Ook's starting to pull away.
Yeah, and he is cleaning out that garbage. You saw that he did not put the red yellows on top of that red virus, and that's really a good move. He has plenty of time to work with that and build the yellow horizontal at the bottom. So he can use anything all red for platforms, and now he's free and clear. Just needs a bunch of blue. But that's going to be Ramsey's problem as well. So you notice both of them very close together, but Ook in a much better position can wait a little bit longer.
Ramsey definitely had a good surge of clears, but Ook out at a 253, and Ramsey's got a decent setup here, just really looking for some red help, try to clear out the middle of that board, and maybe shooting for a double clear on that bottom row for the yellows, and with that double blue, that's exactly what's going to happen. Although he did clear out some yellow, he will have to work on that. Just needing some reds here, and there it is. Just needing the double red, fortuitous out at a 320, but looks like Ook's going to be holding on to a 13 virus lead.
Yes, he is a baker's dozen ahead right now. He needs to get some red going. Anything that's red he can use, but if it's all yellow blue like this, I mean, he's can only do it with a tuck, and that slows you down a little bit, both the maneuvering and you thinking about where it's going to go and not having it wreck other stuff. So you see him clearing out those yellows on the top, but he's still got a 10 virus lead, and you see him tucking down underneath. Yeah, he's got good plans for these things, and now opens up some use for yellow.
Ramsey was very patient trying to get some double red to help him out on that left side. Managed to get it going here. Decides to go for that horizontal clear, continuing to drop down those 2 fragments of red garbage. Really maybe looking for a red blue, and just going to clear it out. Drops that 2 pieces to 1. I think that's a smarter play, getting a virus clear out of there. He is down to 20, and really just needing some blue help here, Savage.
And Ook is getting a little bit of this blue help to open up that side of the board. Yeah, you see him thinking about it. He does want to have it open to take that blue horizontal in the bottom. He has that open, excellently done. Just needs a couple more reds. And of course, he's getting a little bit of blue yellow. I was a little bit worried about that, but he's out at a 439.
Yeah, and Ramsey is just still having to work on that garbage. That red garbage that's just been in column 3 has just been a pain in his backside this entire round. Really just needing something to go his way here, because now if he clears out that red garbage, he's going to have yellow garbage on red. It just is panic and mayhem and haywire everywhere.
For sure. And so Ramsey is working on clearing out that yellow in row 1, although putting the yellow blue in that direction, opening himself up, or actually closing off that horizontal opportunity. Luckily, not too big of a deal, but didn't connect the 2 reds horizontally, so that's going to slow him down a little bit. And Ook starting to plow through this level 9.
Yeah, and Ramsey had an opportunity to lay down a red and get that triple horizontal clear, which was really brutal on his part. And now he's just kind of comboing out, swagging out at a 537. But Ook is more than halfway through this board already, so not looking good for Ramsey. But don't count yourself out yet. Get those plays, and maybe you'll still have a shot.
And especially because blue help is the name of the game here. That's what Ook wants to see, but very nice clearing out there. Awesome horizontal opportunity that he takes, and he's working on, he's got an opportunity to tuck reds in between on column 1. Everything's just so open in such a nice way. Also, Ramsey's got some good combos to open this level 9.
He's getting yellow that he doesn't need, but he has been getting some fortuitous double clears and setting up for garbage, so making red yellow possible. But it's 6:21, a fantastic time for Ook the Librarian. He'll take game 1 in the semifinal.
Yeah, and that pace for level 6 through 9 is definitely a winning pace in gold bracket. We've definitely seen tons of games be won with a 621, so outstanding for him, and good game for Ramsey. So Ramsey, turn up that heat a little bit. Let's get a decider.
And I think Ramsey has decided to lose the Vulpine related headwear. Oh, it's going Big Fox now. Oh, it's getting serious on Ramsey's side.
Woo.
We have an oh my about that. The 6-9 record being asked. The all-time record for 6-9 is, I can tell you this, it is 5 minutes and 20 seconds by Packy, and then 5:21 by Frank, 5:23 by Frank. And Packy got that early this year, February 2023. The 5:20 is held on for some time.
But I actually believe, I was just sifting through this just now, I think that Ook has beaten the all-time best time for a 6-9 in a silver bracket. You can go and check the website and check me, but I think previously it was Betty in the 2022 Silver Championship, and I think he has sliced about 15 seconds off of that. And we know with Ook's excellent sub-6 time in the gold bracket that he can pull that off.
Yeah, Ook's PB here is a 5:49. He did that August of this year, so definitely seeing him crank the heat on. And as we get into these colder months, I think we're just waiting on readies. We have a ready from Ramsey. I think we're just waiting on a ready from Ook.
Yeah, and I recall, I believe I was his opponent the time that he set that sub-6. So that was one of those moments you can't argue with PB strats, and he did go on to beat me, I believe.
Okay. Ook's ready was eaten, and we're good. Okay, off we go. 3, 2, 1, and pills. Ramsey looking to lock in a decider. Ook looking to punch his ticket to the finals. Good boards for both players. An immediate double clear there by Ramsey. That's a good, strong start.
Yeah, the top of Ook's board extremely flat. I don't love those as opening boards. It makes it a little bit difficult sometimes if you don't get the perfect pills to drop. But Ook's managing this really well, getting some diversity. Just is going to need some blue help because as soon as he opens up a different color, it's just going to get cleared again. So that's tough. But Ramsey, nice opening.
Ramsey playing a very, very strong opening. Ook's got a lot of blue tucked in every which way, and especially on that top line. I think he was hoping for a double blue, maybe to get a little bit of help and just get 3 off the board. But he is starting to combo, opening up that left side down to 18. But Ramsey at 12, lightning speed here. Ramsey playing very strong after a tough start.
Yeah, and Ramsey opening up a 10 virus lead here, working on a horizontal. Ook is having some trouble because that blue that was initially there still hanging out, still causing problems. And so he's going to have to use that as efficiently as he possibly can. Nothing that's blue can go anywhere else at the moment.
I completely agree.
Yeah, so I did not agree with that move that Ook just made with the red blue there. It might come back to haunt him, but we'll see how this goes. Ramsey into 7.
Ramsey is absolutely playing phenomenally well. I thought he might not have had a good, efficient play, but got a very fortunate double blue to really open up the end game there. Ook's going to be out at about 1:39, and Ramsey has a very strong opening. If he can get some red, he can really start opening things up on that left side. Ook's playing with a pillar right in column 3, and not a lot of access to yellow, and of course, because it's Dr. Mario, is getting every single yellow possible. But he is starting to drill down, trying to get access to yellow here, clearing out some yellow garbage down to 28. But savage. Ramsey already at 13 viruses.
Yeah, looking outstanding. Now, the name of the game for him is going to be patience, figuring out how not to block off these reds in row 1, because it would be outstanding if he managed to get them horizontally. So he's going to be waiting for ways to do that and clear out the blues at the same time.
And he's vertical, which I think is the right decision.
Yeah, I agree.
Now we'll see if Ramsey didn't see this earlier, and it looks like he's seeing it now. Maybe going for a super fat log here.
Okay, yeah, he's setting up for that. He just needs a blue to go on top. And there he goes. Timber!
Very patient play. Ramsey at a sub-3 halfway through this. Excellent time so far.
Yeah, and we were really watching that play, seeing what was going to happen, and ignoring poor Ook here, who's doing a good job with this. Now, he looks like he's setting up for a horizontal red to drop some yellow down on top, I believe, although he's got horizontal and vertical possibilities for this yellow, so he's in good shape.
And he
But
had a double yellow that he could have put on top of the red to drop down for a horizontal clear combo, but didn't quite get it. But still gets the yellow off the board, but could have been a little bit quicker and easier with that. Sometimes you just don't see the play, though, and sometimes you just get laser focused on one play. Happens to the best of us. But he's out at about a 333, and Ramsey's struggling here on level 8.
well, I definitely wouldn't say struggling so much. I mean, because he's able to put together some amazing combos here, but it's true that he's not getting the yellows that he needs and the shapes that are here. It's really tough because you don't want to misprioritize anything because of how many yellow blues there are. But he's doing a good job.
And you can see the reaction on Ramsey from that yellow red. Not how he wanted to play that, and definitely frustrating when you get those misplays. But he's got to make the most of it here, and he does. And this double red's fortuitous. Choosing not to clear the vertical garbage. I might have taken the vertical garbage out in that situation.
No, I don't think so, because I would have tried to go horizontal with that, and the reason is because those red yellows that are there could be stacked up really nicely if you got red yellow pills. So you would have little drop time there later. In the meantime, Ook clearing out this, he's going to need quite a bit of blue. This blue red going to be good for the right hand side. I think I might have flipped it the other direction, but he's playing and not me, so. Yeah, ooh, this double blue, great for Ook. And everything's going to be pretty free and clear here. Just needs to take these reds out.
Ramsey can
And
get a big clear here. Nice combo. And just needing, with the beautiful horizontal, everything set up. They are 1 second apart going into 9. What a comeback here by Ook. Ook looking to put this away. And Ramsey has not a great one to start. That blue-red, tough to place on that opening board.
Ook sliding down these red yellows onto the side. He's doing everything he can to avoid the inevitable, which is the problem that's occurring right now. No blue for Ook. And Ramsey's going to need quite a bit of red to clear out this board.
Ramsey could have dropped down a horizontal and gotten that blue horizontally cleared in row 8, kind of in the center of the board. Chose not to go for it. Has no access to yellow here, so he's really got to be creative on how he wants to address yellow. And sometimes you'll just have to make a decision, leave a yellow exposed, and that's what he's doing there, and just use it as a garbage combo. And very fortuitous here as he gets that yellow access, and then a nice setup for yellow as well. He's down to 22, Ook down to 22. This is coming down to the wire.
Yeah, but what a 22 it is for Ook. This is so difficult. Look at all these blues. It's really too bad when you see a level with potential just being taken away by RNG. That is one thing that's very frustrating about this game.
Absolutely. Sometimes you get the exact sequence of things you need for a combo, and then other times it's, yes, you need blue, here's red forever. And that's what seems to be happening here for Ook. But he is starting to opening things up. He's at 17. It might be too little too late, though, as Ramsey already in single digits. Going to be a bit of a quandary to get out of this one.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's going in hard on that horizontal red, but with so much blue left in terms of how many, like, what the diversity is with the viruses, that was tough. I don't think it matters in the end, though.
Yeah, and Ramsey, okay, he's going to go on that right side. I thought maybe he was trying to combo it down, but out at a 708, he'll take this to a decider. Really close game there, but RNG just taking it away from Ook, and you hate seeing it.
Yeah, that was purely a case of RNG. And you can see by the fact that there's only one red left on the board and just no extra blue pill fragments. There's nothing that's out of place. He is prioritized correctly. He has just not gotten what he needs. I hate it. Hate it so much.
And it's just especially frustrating with where that last red is. And we're seeing Ook is going to take the drop time here. He's kind of forced to, but a good drop combo to get out, though.
That was good. But yeah, that... Thank you so much to all the people who are joining us and staying with us. I know it's tough to sit through this many matches on an evening, but they're so good. So thanks for staying.
And we've got one final match or game between these two before we see who goes to the finals. And both these players very well deserve it. One of these players is gonna take on DaveSmithSays, our third seed. And I really, this one is always too close to call because you can't let that 5 seed fool you. Ramsey very, very good at this, just with the sheer amount of players this month. Some of these mainstays, stalwarts in gold, are getting these higher silver seeds, and the benefit of that is, this is a test for our regular silver players. Ook is a very, very good player, and so is Ramsey, but Ramsey doesn't crack gold that much, but this might be a coming out party for him.
And we have our 3, 2, 1, and pills.
And double blue nearly off the bat here, but I like this by Ramsey. Nicely done to take care of business there. And now is just going to start kind of closing these chasms up a bit. There's a lot of them. And I don't know about that decision on the red-yellow.
No, it's not my favorite move. He does manage to clear it out, but it means that he had to make a gigantic platform and spend a lot of time and effort doing that. And that time is time that Ook was using to make very efficient combos. Nothing super fancy, just cleaning it out. And notice how even he's keeping some of these layers. Very nicely done by Ook, down to 9.
Yeah, and Ramsey is at 15. He's just going to need some help here. He's going to get a little blue-yellow help, and goes on that right side. I might have taken it on the left there just to try to open things up, but that's why I'm in the booth and not playing. We're at a minute here for both players, and it is 3-10 here. Ramsey's still a little bit on the struggle bus, but is going to get a 0-drop clear here with that garbage. Really nicely done, and will have himself a nice play here, but Ook out at a minute 11.
Yeah, outstanding time there. And Ramsey's got some really good shapes here with the end game. Nice, tucking in between those reds. Prioritizing here, prioritizes correctly, and he's going to be out at a 130. And let's see, I wonder if Ook is going to be building this horizontal with the reds. Is he going to be patient for it? He's not. He's going to give up on it, but a double red would still do it.
And Ook's going to need to be clever with those yellow savages. He has yellows that are buried in his board, and not getting the red help he needs. This might give Ramsey an opportunity to try to catch up. Ramsey already at 29, and he's already opened up the right side of the board. However, the right side of the board is pretty much a tower, and he's going to need red help to start accessing it.
Yeah, Ook working with this garbage, doing pretty well. He's abandoning any hope of that big horizontal, and that makes total sense. But yeah, now the lead is only down to 2, and actually, it's not a lead at all.
Yeah, Ramsey has gone on and taken the lead, and Ook's left side is just a nightmare, because you're trying to make so many plans, and RNG just has other ideas. But good clear there to get things out, and now starting to look a little bit more clean. Some double yellows would be huge for Ook right now, as he is at 16, Ramsey at 12, and Ramsey needing yellow here in a pretty bad way.
Definitely, but his board looking so much better. Nice combo from Ramsey. Of course, as you said, needs that yellow, needs to use it in the best place for prioritization, but great, clears all the blue off of his board. Just needs a couple more yellows and to minimize drop time there.
And I think Ook may have been going for an underclear. It's really hard to tell there with that red garbage, but he does get things to drop down. He's down to 4. Ramsey out first at a 310, but Ook suddenly made this competitive, Savage, just needing to get that red and blue, but a really tough situation to do it. He needs a double red in the worst way and is not getting it. Opting to go for the drop cross. I think that's the right play here.
Yeah, and that double blue coming along was really good for Ook. He's about 5 viruses back at the moment. It's going to be an interesting play here. Ramsey's going to want to watch out for what he does in columns 1 and 2. A couple more, one more yellow blue would really do it for him, and then something else yellow to drop that. But let's see if he's able to wait for it, JB.
Ramsey had an opportunity for a fat log, just with a straight up double blue. Didn't take it. I think that might have been the play, and he opted not to go for it. Maybe he's holding out for a blue-yellow over in column number 1, and looks like he's not getting it. And now he has to drop that fat log opportunity, and that's very critical, as Ook has taken the lead by 3 viruses.
That's not quite the way you want to fell a log, for sure. Um,
We got jokes.
Yeah, we got it. I'll be here all week. Yeah, so Ook's still holding on to the smallest margin. He's going to want to watch out for his columns 4 and 5 because those blues, he's going to want to figure out how to tuck well, and he's making these other plans. He was really good not to tuck that blue yellow into column 6 and 7 because that would have wrecked the reds on top. So he's doing all of this just right. He's just not getting the pills for it. And this is a frustrating way that if this doesn't go his way, it's a frustrating way to go.
It absolutely is. Ramsey just needing a couple of fragments here. It looks like he made a bit of a swap there. Gonna take the final red out. He'll be out at a 505 going into 9 first. Ook still making this competitive. The play is gonna be on that right side, column number 6, and getting the 0 drop there. Just needing one more red, he'll get it. He's going to be in at a 516. He is by no means out, Savage, but we go into 9, very even keel, and Ramsey off to a tough start in 9.
Definitely. Yeah, and you can see he's looking a little worried there. He's got this blue horizontal setup, but it's going to be really tough for him to clean that out. Now, he does have a giant red horizontal that he could be working with. He is going to create a little more garbage, but it's a little bit more open, but it's still tricky looking.
And he's making some smart plays to try to clean things up, which I really do like. But looking at Ook's board, Ook is taking the lead. He's at 20. He's plowing through, needing a lot of yellow, getting a lot of yellow. Look at that. And then the double blue, getting things set up for a short stack. Meanwhile, Ramsey with a horizontal clear, dropping that blue-red down. It is very, very close here, 21 to 14.
Yeah, and now it's 11 to 19. Ook is going to need red, yellow, and he's going to need it quickly. So we're hoping that maybe Dr. Mario has repented a little bit for his earlier shenanigans, but we shall see.
Meanwhile, Ramsey looking to address the right side of that board, needing some red yellow, not going for the super fat log. Interesting play there, but he's handcuffed. He needs blue help. Not quite getting it. Ook's gonna need some red help. Down to 7. It's 7 to 8 here as we get into the final stretches here. Looks like Ramsey's gonna try to go for that drop clear, maybe get a drop cross. It's looking good. He is down to 8. It is 8 to 5, 8 to 4. Ook looking to put this away. Ramsey needing some help here. He's going to get the drop cross. He's going to need to address that red somehow. He's got to get access to it. He's down to 5. Ook down to 2. Ook just needing a couple of pills. Ook needing 1 red, 1 blue. He'll get the red. And there's the blue, and that's going to be it. 7-0-4. What a comeback for Ook as he takes this.
7-11 there for Ramsey. So close. Such a small margin just shows you that the play was good. We swapped leads back and forth. It just means it was an excellent match. And we are going to see Ook the Librarian in the semis versus DaveSmithSays. So stick around in a couple minutes. We'll be back. What?
That's the finals, Savage.
Oh. Yeah, didn't I say the finals?
No, you said the semis. It's all good.
We're in the... Yeah, we got it. You know, it has the word final in it. Give me a break. We'll be back. It's the DrMC. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the DrMC, where it's that time. It is the finals of our September Silver Bracket. I'm Savage Octagon, and I am joined in the booth by the queen of combos herself, Betty B. Betty,
hello, everyone. I'm so excited because I get to watch Dave Smith play and Ook play, and they're some of my favorite people to watch and experience because they are wonderful players that we are used to seeing in Gold Bracket. So let's see this.
Now, here's the interesting thing is these two, for the 3 years that they've been competing, they have only met once before, and that was in the finals of a silver bracket where Ook took it 2-1, but we'll see if that happens again.
Ooh, juicy replay.
Juicy indeed. Can't wait.
So grab that Dr. Mario juice, am I right?
Yeah, you right, girl. You right.
We have readies from both of our players, and the countdown is starting. And we're gonna forget I said anything.
3, 2, 1, and
pills.
Yeah, here's the deal. We've been on for a while. We've been Dr. Mario for a while. We're all of us getting a little punchy. Very exciting opening board there from Ook. Just nice layers and better diversity than Dave Smith has.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave's board is just full of red. And you know what? Like, I don't, and he's making a lot of chasms and stuff like that. I don't know if I like the way that he's attacking it, but Dave Smith does Dave Smith, and sometimes I say that, and then he makes me eat my words. So, Dave, make me eat my words. I'm liking what you're doing. It's good.
Now, something that I'm not a big fan of is what's going on at the top of Ook's board on the right-hand side. That column 8 is not looking good. It looks like that might be a very late game underclear at the end. I would not spend any time working on that right-hand side, even though Ook is a medium player and definitely can make that work. I never would be able to, but yeah, wait until the end, dude.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what he's doing here, where you're seeing him just chop away at anything but that column right now. But throwing some yellows to set up, but still, again, prioritizing the other the other viruses that are on his board. And we say that, and looking at Dave Smith's, he is just needing some blue to get out. The blue in column 8, we'll see how he tries to attack that. Oh, very cool under clear.
Yeah.
Did not see that from Dave, but again, Dave does Dave things, and he is going to just kill this with another yellow to drop it down and clear, and at a 145, he is out. A little bit later than he probably wants, and same with Ook, 151.
Yeah, and a good start from both of these players. Nice opening combo there from Dave. He's going to run out of red pretty quickly, but making use of other red pieces. And nice there with his horizontal. He didn't ruin the blues down below.
But I think that horizontal actually did something different, as opposed to like opening up the board for him. It probably, now it makes this, he only needs blue. So necessarily not a time you want to use a horizontal is when you need to get underneath these viruses. So, but still working on his side, and on Ook's side, a little bit of a trash situation we have going on, trying to build up a lot of different things, having to clear just basically trash in order to get to any viruses on his board.
Yeah, as we like to sing sometimes during our weekly checkup, he's trash fire. Yeah, so he made actually some really great combos, and then they did result in some extra trash, so it wasn't the ideal situation, but yeah, everything's pretty clear now except for that column 3. Nice swim there from Ook. Yeah, and that, of course, we talk about that a lot. That is scooting something over horizontally and then last second standing it up vertically. Very challenging.
And Dave Smith making massive setups over on his end, taking some drop time to clear these yellows. But again, everything is free and clear. You can see that he can take these reds at the bottom horizontally and then under clear or over clear, whichever he wants to do with these other reds. But just getting yellow and blue, come on. And here we go, out of the 346. So again, a little bit behind the 8 ball in this level bracket.
Yeah, and Ook is setting up to clear that. Yes, he gets that sweet tea. Now you can see that he was thinking about that red horizontal, but it would have destroyed the blue that he was working on. So he finally gets it, and he's going to be out at a 410.
He does not look happy about that, with a little shrug, I think, at the end of that level. But there's not many viruses in between. There's only a 6 virus lead by DaveSmithSays. So Ook is still in this thing and still making the plays he needs to get in the lead.
For sure. And we see that Dave is, I think he's signaling that he might want to try to create a drop fat log there for that right-hand side. He does abandon it. I think that's the play. So yeah, he's moving forward on that. But Ook, man, this board, not a fan. Come on.
The doctor is not giving Ook anything today or tonight at all, but definitely tucking where he needs to when he has the right pills. And uh, again, we say this all the time, but making use with the bad RNG that the doctor gives him. So
Yeah, you feel like a broken record when you say
yeah.
that, but it's so true.
Hmm.
Let's see. Ook setting up a horizontal. This is the
Oh,
perfect
I
pill
love
for
this.
it. Beautiful combo there. And ties it back up essentially. These two so close together. Dave with a nice combo down the right-hand side, but that board is kind of locked up, and I'm not really liking the lone yellow piece of garbage in column 7, Betty.
Hmm. And on Ook's side, there's a lot of things that he could have done maybe to limit the amount of yellows he needed. But, you know, right now with the pills that he's getting, Ook is finally getting the colors it looks like he needs. So, he's doing exactly what he needs to chop this down and taking the lead and just needing one red to get out of this level 10 out of the 611. So taking that lead is fantastic with what he was being given. So good job, Ook.
And Dave just needs one more red. Come on, one more red.
There
And
it
he's
is.
out at a 623. So I think this is the farthest difference time-wise that these two players have had across this whole game, which is outstanding. But yeah, Ook's opening board, also not a fan. Dave with a beautiful
Beautiful.
horizontal, and that opened up just a wee bit of diversity, opened up the door to this level, I think.
Hmm. And it's exactly what he needed, like you were saying, to be able to just use every pill that he's been given. On Ook's side, nothing in that column 1, so hopefully he does not need to use that in order to make any of the plays that he's seeing, but it doesn't look like that's the case. So hopefully that continues to be the case for him.
Mm-hmm. I really am hoping that Ook goes for that horizontal with the blues down in
Mm,
row 2. I don't think he's going to, and I think that's fine, depending on how those yellows and blues fall. I think we're
mhm.
good. I wonder if he's going to go for the horizontal up top. It seems risky to me, but he's got a little time. If RNG does not hold out for DaveSmithSays, who needs some yellow to open up this board.
Oh, and if he would have looked at his next bill, he would have had that double blue that he needed for that
Oh.
horizontal. But that is okay. He's still going in on that. But it's definitely making Dave have the chance to catch up here because he's waiting for that specific pill. You never want to be waiting for one pill to hit off everything.
Mm-hmm. Now, the really tough thing about Ook's
Mm.
position is he's going to have to hope that those pills come in just the right order, and they
And they
really
do.
are. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Needs one more red, and he'll be out. He's out at an 816.
Wow. Yes, this was just a crazy end of match here. It was swinging back and forth, and Ook does take it, and DSS opting to drop out or just reset because we don't want to see that drop time. No one wants to see that, right? But
Definitely not.
Ook taking this first crown, and we are getting readies and going into the second game.
Woo, we got readies from both players. So, of course, Dave looking to force a decider in this finals. Ook hoping to close it out. And 3, 2, 1,
Pills.
pills.
Good thing we haven't had to say "Women of Dr. Mario" for this match.
Oh my gosh, I forgot! Women of Dr.
Dr.
Mario.
Mario. We are so bad. Anyway, back to the match. Yeah. Dave is getting some blue and not having access to use anything with those blues, but watch this drop combo here and clear on Dave's side. That was awesome to see. And on Ook's side, a different story. Again, just needing blues. And awesome drop combo on his side as well.
Yeah, he's working with it. I think he was trying to be very patient with some stuff, and when blue is in play, that's not always the move you want to make.
Mm.
And I think he's really hoping that this horizontal works out. And wow, okay, he
Yep.
is going to get that double blue. I think personally, I would have tucked it on the right-hand side in between those two blues because they're so high up. But ultimately, not a big deal there. And he's opening up and he gets that other double blue, puts it where I wanted. So thanks for that,
Yeah.
Uke.
Yeah, and I like this because now he has that setup for the horizontal with the blues. It does cause a little bit of a trash situation with these reds, so not quite sure how Ook is going to attack that, whether he's going to try and clear them horizontally or what. But yeah, on Dave Smith's side, look at this. Look at this massive combo, just needing one more red to get out, and that is fantastic. Out of 134.
Mm-hmm. And Ook finally gets the red blue that he needs. He's going to be out at a 142.
Wow.
I know
Again,
you're such a Dave Smith fangirl, and I love it.
I am, because like here's the thing, and we've said it before today, like the combo play, while yes, sometimes it can take away and detract from the speed, Dave does it in a way that it opens up the board completely for him, and it is his style, and it is beautiful. So I definitely love watching it and always love commentating these matches.
Yeah, and he actually just had a great combo as you were saying that,
Mhm.
as you're geeking out over him. Fantastic. And he's got about a 7 virus lead right now over Ook, who is trying desperately to work around this red situation, trying to find ways to stack on top of that red horizontal in the center. So let's hope he
Mhm.
gets that going pretty soon.
Yeah, and he's definitely going to need to take some trash in order to get anything going on his side, whereas on Dave's side, everything is in a place that I think he wants it. Like, look at this, the double yellow, clearing that out. He's setting up, for a cross clear with those reds, and yeah, it's just going Dave Smith's way this match.
And look, he's going to have an awesome drop cross there. He is going to take quite a bit of drop time.
And
He
take out
does
his
miss.
blues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he took out his blues, but there he goes. He gets that drop cross. He just needs a couple more blues and he'll be out. Meanwhile, Ook is completely locked up on that right-hand side. Tough. So much red he needs.
Hmm. Yeah, come on, Doc. I like seeing a close match, and that means you need to be nicer with the RNG. DSS getting into his level 10 as we say that, and making some plays at the top of his board. I think he had a little bit of a mistuck because I don't think that red was intended for anything. But again, just bringing down that trash and continuing on with this level 10.
hmm Yeah, Ook still finishing out that now he needs that yellow for the horizontal. We'll see how
Hmm.
that goes. There he goes. He gets it. And oh, this blue red coming at just the right time. Very helpful.
Yeah, so many good plays that I could see Ook was trying to set up for. The pills just did not come out at a 421 into his level 10, and again another shake of the head. But
Yeah, and
last
he's
time he shook that head, he took the crown. So keep shaking that head, Ook, okay?
it's never a strategy that's worked for me, but good on him. Yeah, and Dave working has really cleared out the sides of this board, and I think that's always a very calming thing to know that you haven't spired everything at the top like a column 1 or a column 8 just waiting for tons of drop time. But he does need a ton of blue and red, Betty.
Yeah, these boards just again, Doctor, reiterating, want close matches, please, and I want to see people be able to do the things they want to do. But again, I guess I shouldn't be watching this game if that's the case, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, and you definitely shouldn't play versus if you want people to do the things that they want to do. Get
Oh,
wrecked
what are you,
with that.
what are you talking about? I love verse. No, but oh, that was an awesome play for Dave Smith Says. I see what he was going for. He was trying to drop that double red just to clear a big horizontal yellow, but it had a little bit of trash attached to it. But again, he's just going for it, just needing a few more yellows to get out of this 10.
Yeah, he just got a sequence of pills that was outstanding for him. I think he did not want to put that blue yellow
Mm.
there. He would be out already if he'd flipped it the other way, but he's out at a 557. Ook a dozen viruses behind and waiting on blues.
Yeah, and had a little bit of a situation with that just hanging blue there, but again, using a double blue to take that down. But I'm wondering how best he's going to attack these because none of the blues are close enough to really take out together. So he might try to de-sandwich the red from between them. We'll see if yep, that looks like what he's trying to do. Hopefully, a double red is in his future.
I mean, Dave had a beautiful cross at the top of this board too. It was really, really nice. I almost made a noise. I wanted you to finish out what you were saying, but because we would just start, geeking out over Dave Smith again. But now Dave is going to need quite a bit of red to keep this board going. And he is building up a horizontal on top of those blues. It's looking very good. And he has opportunity to work on it on the left-hand side. Ook just out of his 11. And
Hmm.
he's more than 30 viruses back. So this one is Dave Smith's to lose.
Yeah, this has been really rough, and I've been seeing all of the wonderful plays that Ook is trying to set up, and it's a beautiful thing to watch the game as it could be given pills. It just that wasn't in the cards today. But that said, Ook is still playing a great game. He still is in this because he still has one crown, and we all love deciders here. So that's what we're going to with Dave getting out at a 739. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And Dave's best, I believe that this is Dave's best 8 to 11 time, at least this
In
year.
tourney.
Actually, yeah, let's see.
That is a fantastic time for this level bracket.
Yeah, well, 7:22 is his best time overall for this level block, but yeah, anything under 8 minutes is very competitive in gold, so very nice. All right. Well, we got what we wanted, folks.
Dave says maybe ever. This block is rare.
I mean, the interesting thing is if you go onto our website, which is lovingly curated by Floyd 1977 and
Mhm.
DM Hero, Dave's page is the one that you have to scroll down basically the longest in order to get to his averages because he has been around since the very beginning of DMM.
Mhm.
Yeah. So May 2020. Outstanding. And 3, 2, 1, pills.
Wow. More great games. Can I believe it? Oh, I do not like Dave's board, but the first pill that comes up was also amazing for the doubles that he gets to do because of it. So, again, when you get those pills, you can do some fantastic stuff with this game.
Yeah, I was flabbergasted that they actually showed up for him. That was
Mhm.
outstanding. Meanwhile, Ook has really good opening as well. Notice he's got just the right amount of diversity on this board. His garbage that's in columns 7 and 8 is perfectly lined up. It is in a low drop combo, and that's exactly what you want to have. It's good planning and good stuff to do when you don't know what to do with your pills. So nicely done, Ook. These two are tied up.
Yeah, and Dave taking a little bit of time on making these decisions because even as a combo player, these pills that he's giving are not as straightforward to make any of those patterns that we all look for. So the doctor definitely putting Dave Smith to work today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, beautiful play though.
Yeah, but Ook is really cleaning this out quite nicely, um, making good prioritization there so that he doesn't lose uh, the possibility of that blue on the side there. Very nicely done. And he's going to take that yellow in the bottom out last with a tuck underneath. Very good. Out of a 135.
Mm-hmm. And Dave Smith just needing a little bit of red help here, and the doctor hopefully giving it. There we go. Okay. A little bit more, please. And he'll be out into his level 9 as well soon.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Ook down to 35 and cleaning off this board very nicely. And there's use for everything, which is just not the story that we've been seeing with Ook these matches. So outstanding. Dave out of his level 8 and into level 9. With a little bit of garbage there on columns 1 and column 6. So we hope that he gets those red horizontals there to drop that blue and make it not garbage anymore.
But yeah, Ook definitely not taking off the gas. Just because you're in the lead, he's making this a 15, 16, and continuing to make this a bigger spread between these two players.
Yeah, I think if you were listening carefully, you may have heard me going,
Yeah.
and that's
What happened?
That's because there were some issues on Dave Smith's side. He had a really great combo set up, and the tuck for it just didn't happen. That's that piece of red that was there. Yeah, and so it just kind of snowballed a little bit for him. And you can see him still like kind of slowly thinking about it. And column 7 and 8 are not in great shape. But yeah, so Ook is really taking this one.
Mm-hmm. And Ook now into his level 10. And again, making this, an 11 virus lead, still continuing his trek through this. This is fantastic playing by Ook, and he's proving that when he does get the pills that he needs, he can work wonders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ook has the record for the top time in silver in this level bracket with a pretty blazing 7:05. Pretty outstanding.
All right, Dave Smith just needing one more blue, getting out at a 358 into his level 10, but Ook, already having all of these setups, needing a lot of blue help, which, hopefully the doctor will provide before I finish. Come on. Everything on his board is blue, and it doesn't come often, but here we go. There we go. Let's keep with that.
Things are opening up. Wow, beautiful combo from Dave. Very nicely done. And that tiny piece of garbage doesn't matter. He's able to clear that off very nicely. Now, there is quite a bunch of garbage now on that board, but again, he set it up in a combo, and that's always a good thing to do. Nice horizontal here with the yellow. Dave, Dave's really taken it to this level. Very nice.
Yeah, and this is not even the last level, so any little bit that Dave can get back here he's just going to lead on into that last level and make this, a nail biter for all of us.
Yeah, this isn't even the last level. Oh, holy.
Right?
Oh, holy night. Whew.
Fantastic. Oh my gosh, and just this breakdown play that Dave does just to bring everything close to the bottom, limiting that drop time. Fantastic to watch. Ook knows. I think I don't know if he listens to commentary, but he knows his foot is to the fire here. Dave just bringing this within a matter of viruses, just needing a red to get out at a 356.
I think Ook has experimented with listening to lots of different things as he is competing. There was a little while where he was wearing a hoodie, and we know that he was listening to some... Yeah, it wasn't Eminem. I think it was like some kind of metal, like anime thing. But anyway, doesn't matter. Wow, a lot of yellow that Dave Smith needs. He got a bunch of it to start. But yeah,
look at Ook's board though. It's like just needing nothing but blue, and we hate seeing that.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I know.
This is very unprofessional of me, but damn.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. But you know what? If anything, Ook can play elsewhere, set up things, look forward, and is finally getting a little bit of blue help that he needs.
Yeah, I had a sort of reaction just now that was kind of like a firework watching some of Dave's plays. They're outstanding. I mean, he's really doing well here on this. Now it's interesting, Dave's board, you notice it's like so flat. here. And it's kind of hard to break through because most of the stuff that's on this top is yellow. Oh my gosh,
Whoa!
look at that swim. Are
What?
you serious? I don't think
Stop.
I've seen one that far, but that looks so
Did he
confident.
plan that? Did he plan that?
Yes.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah. Yeah. I don't
how can you
what?
swim like that? I'm sorry. Anyway, back to what were we
Yeah.
talking about?
Flindo, your days of as captain of the Dr. Mario swim team may be numbered. Just gonna put it out there. But Ook, in the meantime, we have not been giving him
Wow.
his due.
Right?
At the least, he is very close to putting this one away. Although he has closed up
Oh,
the
look at this.
opportunity for that to take the red out horizontally on the right-hand side. Doesn't matter. He just needs a couple more reds.
Now, Dave Smith definitely did not want to do what he just did, which was dropping that blue or dropping that column 6 down, because he was expecting to shoot a blue in there and he would have been done by now. But it doesn't matter. It just took this 747, took the second crown, took our silver speed for September. Congratulations, Ook, fighting up against RNG and everything. You are the winner.
Outstandingly done. Ook knew that he had the capacity to win this tournament. He went out and did it. And he did it in the way that made him the most afraid. He faced DaveSmithSays. And so this was an outstanding match between these two players. You got to see the best of what Silver Bracket has to offer, friends. And thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to Ook and Dave. And of course, thank you to my commentary team, Ook, Betty, and JB. And of course, as always, our restreamer, the Dave, for making us look so fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So, I believe later today, probably tomorrow morning, I'll put up the schedule for October, our last month of the regular season. So stick around for that. And thank you so much for joining us and the gift subs and the good vibes. And until we see you again, take your vitamins.